Hello.
Of course, Alice is the first one on the recording.
Well, it's because I was looking at Audacity to see. When you said now, I did the button fast enough to catch that. I hit it as you said it, so it didn't get on there. Anyway, hi. Welcome to Rain. This is 32. Judging by my audio recordings.
Yes.
We will today begin hunting the Thingus.
The Thingus Baringus. Hey,
The
it's a
Baringus.
Dallas
Dallas.
talks in the background.
That's
Don't
not
worry.
me.
I'll scrub it all out. All right. I know we asked everybody's all here, but I haven't actually heard from Loth in like 10 minutes.
I'm here. I just had nothing good to say.
Okay. That's all right. I just want to hear your lovely dulcet tones. Hi, chat,
Yay.
people at home.
Restaurant.
Before we do the episode properly, I would like to shout out our patrons real quick, like Adam DeHart, Blacklister G, Call Me Zed, Carlos Dragon, JDV9000, Charlotte Legendary Boss Hunter, Rise of Keiji, Rogue Robin, Trevor, some guy named Bob and Varian the Crow. It cannot be understated how much patrons support us. Consider supporting us on Patreon. The money flows very well to us from you.
Oh, Patreons. Whenever you said patrons, I thought you meant like. Never mind.
Fucking.
Yes.
Dallas tried
StudiOmega is
some
sponsored by
five-head
Hedonism
jokes.
Bots.
Yes, we're sponsored by members of the Roman Senate, actually.
I was more making a demon joke, but
Oh. You know, I was starting to wonder why Omega kept saying, Carthage Delanda Est. Or whatever the fuck it was.
Carpet for food destroyed?
no.
Yes, good job. No, I'm not.
have mentioned
I'm not
before-
Kato the Elder in disguise.
I have mentioned before that despite being a history nerd, for whatever reason, Rome is like the biggest blank spot on my brain.
I don't think you can actually have that many master dice.
No. I'm not. It's not Master Die. It's 3 dice plus Master Die.
Okay.
Because you can only have one special die.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of languages.
Yeah.
Which, if the audio is being pulled correctly, the people at home watching the video version see right now.
I have 2 languages, and one of them you don't speak.
I have the one language.
Yeah.
I have 2.
I think you should have.
No,
No.
3. 3, never mind.
Yeah, probably I have 3. I've just, only cared about the one, so, yeah.
That's right.
Well, most people have just Crownish.
Yeah, I have Crownish and Elvish.
Yeah, just Crownish.
Anyway,
So I technically speak Irish.
okay. So you guys had all your lovely evening conversation. Nicola brewed some potions. Hopefully you guys have jotted those down.
I have
Yep.
it.
Hold on,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
I haven't brewed.
Yes, I have a with 3 healing potion. Yes.
I have. I have the 2 with stone skin and a 4 with healing.
And now
With
thus
3.
we go to the morning.
Okay, no, just keep it down a little bit.
That sound is Nicola going off to double check his potion for the distance.
No, in real life, it's Dallas trying to balance his background audio. It's perfectly normal. But anyway, breakfast. You got a chance to review your, tactics and equipment. Obviously, it means a little bit. You're going hunting, so probably an early breakfast around dawn.
I will make sure all of you eat enough protein.
I was going to say, I was going to have a hearty breakfast regardless.
Well, there's plenty to pick from. Eggs and bacon with shredded cheese. Spiced sausages. Smoked sausage keeps very well. But also, buckwheat pancakes with a sweet berry-related sauce. Not quite a maple syrup, but, something to even out the taste. Drinks will probably be, small ale, which is, an ale that has been very heavily watered down. Alcohol content, hardly any, but it's sterile. Maybe some mountain herbs in your tea.
Herb.
if you guys are planning on being gone long, you'll probably have to figure out, pack up a lunch.
It's gonna be a
Some
hunt.
rations.
We should probably plan for being
I
out.
will pack lunches for people.
Probably oversee packing of lunches because I doubt you have student cooking.
I would argue I am probably a better cook than most people without student of cooking because I have student of chemistry. And I
Not
will
really
make that
related
petty
at all.
argument.
Doubt.
Oh, I'm not saying it'll taste good. I'm just saying it will be nutritional.
Doubt.
Also, no. That's there's in this time period, there's no correlation between those.
Right.
I don't think you people have figured out how like essential vitamins and nutrients work. Because that would require like reducing stuff down a lot. Anyway, but I mean, you have healing, so you probably understand the basics of a hearty diet in the medical sense, but probably in a supervisory capacity. Though certainly, if anybody has student of wilderness, you probably know a few things about like, basic survival rations.
Yeah.
And obviously, if the promise is there'll be a hero's feast upon return, big dinner. You are going to pack a couple of local guides and a couple of the local men at arms. They're going to be armed with side swords, javelins, crossbows. I presume you guys want to take your detachment of lamplighters with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they know what
Be
they're doing. They're
stupid
armed
not to.
with
I do believe that was
What's
part
the
of the
advance?
plan.
Yeah.
Just have them-
you guys are also, based on the previous plan, gonna grab a local goat or sheep.
Yeah.
That should be easily arranged with your wealth levels. Sorry, there was a sneeze creeping up on me. Got it. Okay. But yes, it should be no problem with your various wealth levels to find an appropriate livestock animal. Probably one that's, maybe a little, older or sickly.
Yeah.
So it's not a big loss to the flock. So yes, you've got a goat. Somebody will have to carry the goat lead.
Probably Konrad.
I'll take
Well,
care of
Conrad's
it.
probably going to be navigating you, so I don't know if you want him pulling the goat.
Oh.
Are we going on foot initially?
Yeah, you're going into the mountains, so
Okay.
Yeah, bad for
unless
horses.
your horses are all terrain.
This is not Skyrim. Horses cannot walk vertically.
Not unless you do some bullshit to some horseshoes.
I was about to say, I was like, what if I gave him like, can I make horseshoes of flight? That'd be rad.
Oh, but it'd probably take you a few days.
I do not.
It'd
think
probably
the
take me
horse
more than a
would
few
appreciate
days. I don't know even the basis of that spell.
Yeah,
Fair.
flight. No, you'd have to figure out something with somebody who knows a spell that flies.
But yeah,
I might be able to make horseshoes that
I'll
make him
lead
climb
the
up
goat.
walls. That might be fun.
If Conrad's leading us, I will lead the goat.
Alright.
Because I think I have the second best animal handling. I think.
I don't have any animal
You
handling.
probably
I
will
don't
not
have
need to roll animal handling unless you get spotted by the Warhawks early. That will probably make the goat nervous, but to just lead it up and tie it up somewhere will not be a problem. But it'll be good if you have it on. Everybody, finalize your gear picks. Make sure to note if you're wearing any armor that is heavy or medium, because
I'm not, but I got. When we get to the mountains, I'm going to then. No, I'll save the Sunskip Potion for when we know that they're actually nearby. But I'll just probably do
is
Well,
something.
yeah,
with
well, I'm talking about armor now because guess what? There'll be rolls before you get into the mountains.
Everything I'm
Like,
wearing is
remind
light.
everybody, if you have medium armor, you have difficulty 3 on all stealth, climb, run, endurance, and athletics rolls.
So what is considered medium armor?
If it says medium on the list,
Okay, let me
and
pull
if
it.
it
Oh,
says
let me look
heavy
at my
on the list,
armor.
that's worse.
Medium.
Luckily,
Yeah.
it's not cumulative. It's just whatever the heaviest armor you have.
Yeah,
So keep that in
I'm
mind,
going
Locke.
to need to make those 3 checks. So, I have medium or higher. I'll say that.
Well, if you have heavy armor on, then endurance and athletics are difficulty 4, and what it does for run and climb is you take 2d penalty.
So, is if I have any piece of heavy armor,
Yes.
what if it's a piece that I can take off and put on again?
Well, then you're going to need the probably minute or so to put it back on.
Well, okay, no, Omega. The only piece of my armor that's heavy is my helmet. Is what I'm saying.
Well, then yeah. Okay. I mean, you can put it in your bag, but it's still heavy.
Gotcha.
But yes, everybody, like I
Okay.
said, make sure you're squared away with your armaments.
Where's the armor document again? Sorry.
There's a separate armory, but it also should be in houses. Just
Okay.
tabs.
Yeah, it's the second tab.
Thank you.
Saber.
And I don't future warning, but there's not going to be a map for the fight unless you really need it, but it'll be a general mountainous area.
Okay.
Your plan so far stated is you're going to go up into the mountains. Player characters are going to be the core group. You are going to invite Huron and Aurelia to come along, but they're going to stick with the Crown Prince because he's not going to be at the front of the hunt.
Nay.
Yep.
So they'll be kind of like lurking back off screen whenever we actually get to the fighting.
Mhm.
And they are equipped with whatever they are equipped with.
Can someone send me the document again? I don't know why it's not on my computer.
It shouldn't be on your computer. It should be on your internet.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not on my drives.
Open in Google Docs. If I see from like odd things that have been used.
No, Axe, I just asked because I didn't go to Google Docs at all. Sorry, that was a bit snarky. But
So I think in the meantime, since I don't have one, if any of the lamplighters or anyone else has a spare, I don't know, pistol or rifle, I guess I'll take that with me. Since I do not have a ranged option.
Having a range option would probably be very important. Yes.
I mean, I get you.
Can I get something
Probably
called Warhawks?
Well, actually, you want to take my arquebus? It's
I'm gonna fling your chains at them?
yeah.
Okay.
Got range.
I don't
You can
actually
arrange yourself
have a
It's
long
a 12-foot
option either.
change. If they're coming down to try to peck at my head, they're gonna get in range.
Is firearms
Swing
also
my chains like this, and if you get hit,
firearms also based off of coordination?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
all weapon skills are coordination.
If they have a spare carbine laying around,
No, you can probably get an arquebus from the lamplighters because that's what they're armed with, but they do not carry carbines or short arms.
any crossbows?
You guys don't have them with you, but whatever the cost of a crossbow is, plenty of them are available in town.
So you're gonna shoot that crossbow one armed? I'm ready to see it.
Well,
My-
I'm
Fire it
I,
one armed.
I can. Here's the thing. I can see myself being able to use a crossbow easier than I could an arquebus, because I can't even aim an arquebus one arm.
Arquebus is
I don't
pretty
understand how
long,
that
yeah.
would work.
You'd put it in the stand.
Like at least with crossbow, it's like I can brace it, and yeah, and also it'd be a light crossbow, not a heavy crossbow.
I don't think we have a difference in here. Let me see here.
No, there
Yeah,
is.
you-
Oh, there
no,
is.
There's
Okay.
light and heavy.
Okay. There is. Okay.
Yeah, light and heavy. You can it's wealth too, so you should be able to easily get one in town. I mentioned earlier that yesterday that they had or last session, which took place yesterday, that they have a very heavy industry in making bows and arrows and crossbows.
I just
so.
need something for long range. Okay.
You can easily acquire a crossbow. All right.
Oh, never mind. I don't have anything heavy. I didn't realize even that. What I thought was heavy is actually medium. Okay, so I'm just medium health.
The iron helm.
No, full
Yeah,
helm.
it's metal.
Oh, okay.
Full health. Well,
It's
full
still
health, sorry.
medium. The only thing that's heavy is full chainmail and plate mail.
Yeah, full humps medium.
It has an M on it. But yeah, no, I got all my stuff. Do you want me to type it out for you, or?
No, I was like I said, everybody be aware what you got. Make sure you got everything.
I do have a couple of potions and shit. Well, not potions, throwables.
Potions and shit.
Yep. All right. Okay. Then step 1. You guys assemble. In the courtyard of Castle Wolfetrude. You've got, like I said, lamplighters, a couple of local guides and knights with you. Heir to the House of Bayard Whitestone's going to be going with you, bumming around. Nerissa is coming, obviously. And as noted, yes, her ranged option is throw spear. Which she can do... How far again for Strike the Tail? Probably short range. Which is still like 60 feet, I think. 50 or 60.
In that case, yeah, I probably won't actually get a crossbow, because I'm not planning on being that far. Like, 60 feet is still pretty far.
Yes, ranged attacks is... a separate chart for that? I guess it's just a list. Yes, short, you can hit somebody who's in 60 feet. Medium is about 250 feet. Long is about 500 feet.
Also, I am bringing Oriad near.
Yep, that's kind of to be figured. He's your little buddy.
Just a little guy.
Just a tiny stand.
After a little bit of discussion, I mean, he's most of the way to person size. He's like 4-ish feet tall or something. Because it's a human-sized damage silhouette.
Yeah. Oh no. He is a like I said, he is basically Silver Chariot at this point.
Yeah. Though obviously it hasn't been brought up in a while, but if anybody forgets, Nicola is a gangly type boy, so he's tall and weedy.
Yes.
But yes, I was gonna say before is after a brief conversation, since she does carry a carbine, since the prince will be hanging back, Agave Cheval will move up with you.
Right in.
In the front end, because she can shoot and also a sword in an emergency. So with everybody assembled, I will need one of you to make either a Sense Plus Direction or a Student Wilderness roll to start, leading a hike and hunting and tracking.
Not it.
I assume Konrad is probably.
I'm at 7 dice.
All right. Well, actually, you're at 9 dice because you have a +2 equipment bonus because there are local maps and guides, but they will not roll for you because they are commoners and thus have a baked-in reason to not tell you you're wrong. But they do know what they're doing, so they will assist you. Sixes?
Sixes, yeah.
Yes.
Double sixes.
All right. Okay, cool. Hey, remember how I said that about body plus endurance?
Yeah.
Everybody roll that for me.
Okay.
Because you guys, no extra difficulty except for those who already have it because you're medium armor. But you will be for probably about an hour hiking up into the mountains.
What's the medium armor? It's -3 or -2?
No, the difficulty is 3. So only sets of 3 or better count.
Damn.
So it's endurance and not vigor?
Higher than 3.
Are we sure it's not vigor?
Yes, very much so.
Oh,
Vigor's for catching your breath afterwards.
I'm really good at that, but
Vigor will help you when you goof it up. Yeah, you've got. Of course, you succeed. You got 9s.
yeah, no.
Take a shot to the torso, Nicola.
Yeah.
My brain was struggling whether or not it was width or height. Don't know why.
Difficulty's height.
I'm only wearing light right now, so I make it with the 3 2s.
All right.
I am winded.
You also
Breathing
take a shock to torso.
hard.
I'm
So
light.
does
I'll take
Logesh.
No.
Or
Yeah.
no, sorry, Leslok. Yeah, you failed, Leslok.
I know. I was saying you got it wrong. You got it wrong.
I know,
But he caught it. Yeah.
but
so,
then I corrected myself, and you still said no.
Konrad, Logesh, you're fine.
Woo!
Everybody else in the party, like I said, one shock to torso. You are winded.
I need to go up that.
You are not in
Right.
like full battle rattle, but you guys are still wearing like padded coats and gloves and like sturdy like boots for riding, not necessarily like for hiking. I don't think any of you said you were pack like walking sticks, rope, pitons, whatever. So like
No.
if you got to climb,
I-
it's kind of free climb and scrambling.
Well, if we're free
have
climbing,
a-
I have a master die in that, so
Yeah,
I do
like I
have-
said, you're probably not
Yeah.
sheer climbing. So it is not actually a climb roll, though. Do keep that in mind if you decide you want to try and get up,
Yeah.
because there are some.
Omega, you may not remember this, but in the early parts of it was either the tour or something, but I did pick up pitons and rope.
I think it was actually honestly before you left Norlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're not strictly climbing like up vertical surfaces, but you guys do have to kind of scrabble over land and probably like hack or kick through some brush. And so it is like a little bit of a labor. Again, like I said, remember your climbing stuff though if you want to try and do any like funny haha climbing tricks.
No, Nicola has rope.
Because as I said,
because,
Konrad, with assisted with local maps and guides, has set you on the terrain where they're like, they pull out the map, the rough map, and they get out the little pencil on a pivot and the little plumb bob, and they're like, okay, so the attacks are like coming from this area, to the northeast or so. And Konrad, you look at the map and you go, okay, so to go northeast, we're gonna follow this river, and then we're gonna this slope, and we're not gonna go up that sheer cliff. That's a bad idea. And so, like I said, after about an hour, you are hiked up into a narrow valley, basically between two sections of mountain peak. They're short peaks, so like you're not going above like the cloud layer or anything. But there are two forested slopes, and there's a relatively small, stream, mountain river in the middle. Probably no deeper than like at best, or at worst, I should say like mid calf.
still deep enough to drown somebody.
Tight. Yeah, no, don't take 4 shock damage to the head and pass out in the river. But it should not be much of an impediment for you on foot. And so you have, like I said, come up into this area. Everybody, go ahead and make me hearing rolls actually before we decide on how you want to proceed. Yeah, sense plus hear.
Excellent. The one sense skill I'm good at. Oh no,
Only
that's too many
twos.
D10s.
Well, I did say difficulty, so 2s is enough.
I got
Also
a pair of 3s. Good job, me. Polly!
3 10s.
Jesus.
3 5s.
And the poly with the all caps really did help.
It did.
He's not kidding.
Pilot.
2 5s.
All right.
I get nothing. Let's
Yes,
go.
Logesh, currently you hear in your ears the gentle babbling of a brook. You're inventing ASMR right now or something.
Mr. 32.
For the rest of you, you do hear like what you would expect normal woodland sounds, like maybe a couple of small squirrels or ferrets or something, skittering in the underbrush. Something a little too small to worry about being hunted by a warhawk. You hear obviously the brook babbling. Wind whistling through the trees as it cuts through this valley. you have gained some altitude, like I said, because you've taken a shock damage from the hike. So like it's clear and crisp right now. Yes, Inos, you say hi to a stoat. He sticks his head out from behind a rock and kind of just ducks back in.
Hell yeah.
But over that, you can hear the normal flapping and rustling of birds. But also, somewhere in the distance, high in the sky, you hear like the classic like eagle, pealing sound, which means that you are definitely in the right area.
Well, then probably need to find some place to bait a trap then.
Right. Well, you've got the goat. How you want to set up?
I'll turn my head to the people who are good at hunting and trapping.
Konrad.
So we probably want it a little further up the stream. Release it there and then have it flee naturally and attract the Warhawks' attention.
All right.
If it flees, though, how do we know it won't? Like, Anna's kind of found about it. If it flees and it flees into the brush and the forest and the stuff, aren't we gonna have a harder time keeping an eye on the birds?
We'll pick a location where it can't get into cover that easily, and we'll be able to have time for the Warhawks to.
Okay.
Basically, with like I said, it's you got a valley. There's a stream in the middle. Imagine that like cover basically reduces slower as you get closer to the water line.
Okay.
So like there's a decent stands of mature mountain tree in the upper slopes, and then that thins to like lighter bushes, branches, reeds, and then basically nothing down actually by the stream except for just rock and water.
Can we just like we don't have to necessarily set it free, but can't we just like stake the goat to the ground and just make it have a bunch of noise? I don't know, like how intelligent are Warhawks?
Not exceptionally. They're about as intelligent as any bird of prey is. So not like idiots, but also not hyper intelligent animals.
Yeah, like if we
Not as intelligent as wargs, I would say.
yeah, so it shouldn't have the idea of the prey is not fleeing. It shouldn't think too hard on that. So if we stake the sheep / goat somewhere we like, the goat will still be able to make all the noise it wants, and we won't necessarily have to worry about it wandering off, right?
That's true.
We're gonna do one movie
Maybe
scene
I'm
where we
putting
just leave
too
a
much
goat
stock in
declaring.
the intelligence
Yes.
of the damn thing.
Yeah, this is why I posted the Dragon's Dogma gif. Place out the bait, wait for the thing to show up. Smack.
Yeah, basically.
Well, this would be if you were hunting griffins, though.
We can.
Yeah, we're not putting a goblin corpse down.
Wait, is that what that someone did? Did someone put a goblin corpse right there?
That's part of the quest line in Dragon's Dogma 1.
Yep.
And normally this thing is meant to run away, but no, you can just kill it immediately.
Well, yeah, I like in the GIF it just charges up the power stance, so the moment it slams down, just done.
Quest completed.
Well, I mean that does bring us to the follow-up point of like, okay, so you're gonna stake the goat. By the way, goat stake team will probably need to roll some sort of stealth to not be spotted, so keep that in mind.
Beyond
But,
goat stake team.
after that, what are the rest of you gonna do? Like, how do you want to set this up? Just kind of what you did with the wargs, like try and build some overlapping fields of fire.
I probably would like to actually get some height. Like I said, my chains do have range, but I would like to probably be a bit up higher so I can hit those.
That way, if they try to fly away, then we'd still have some more time to aim before they fly out of range.
Yeah, since I don't have a gun, Inos will probably try and hide in a tree at this point.
All right.
I'm not like
Anybody else want to get up close?
Honestly, no.
I'm not good at sneaking, but also I don't know how to. I'm not that confident with this arquebus just yet, so I guess Logesh will try to be close.
I am very much good at sneaking and not good at range. So
Yeah, I think Nicola's got it right to put him on the goat stake team. Cameron, where are you thinking of being?
Be at range.
All right, so probably you and the lamplighters towards the back. Logesh, you gonna hang back with Konrad? Not Logesh, Leslok. I know I'm doing it.
I'll be with Comrade.
Okay.
Not sure how Narissa will feel, but
I mean, like I said, she's got 60 feet of throwing range.
fair. She can wait.
Like, unless Konrad wants to set up extremely back, which might hurt your field of visibility.
Yeah, no. I'm not up there probably by the stream, but I'm definitely in like the first like among the trees and the bushes.
Yep.
As it moves away, so.
All right. Okay. Nicola, to set up the goat. First, give me command plus animal handling.
To set up the goat, quickly heat the goat.
Well, this is to see if Nicola can keep the goat calm. Otherwise, he's going to take a penalty die on his stealth roll.
I'm probably going to take a penalty on my stealth roll, but... Oh, no, threes. Threes.
All right, then roll me coordination plus stealth.
Okay, this I should... hold on, I need to look something up.
You are in natural environment if you want to start glamour and shit.
Yeah, I will activate Glamour to get an extra die.
Because this will be opposed by the pool of the Warhawk.
Yeah. Okay, let me read out exactly what it says, just so I can...
Also, Logesh and... Well, actually, Inos, 1. Roll climb.
Rolling climb.
You'll make it, because you have a master die, but roll it.
I roll.
Did you say Logesh as well?
Unless you want to be up in a tree, you don't have to.
I will be up in a tree. I will be up in a close tree to the goat.
Yeah.
Nah, I will not.
3-1. You're fast.
Yeah.
There's no difficulty. It's a tree.
You succeed.
Yeah.
You scarper up the tree, stoat-like. Possibly scrambling a little with, your slightly tougher than normal Iron Demon fingernails.
Complete with chirps.
One of the lamplighters is just like, did you just slide up that?
Omega?
Yeah.
What section is, Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, you found it. All right. Then, now I would also like, Inos and Logesh to roll stealth.
Alrighty, let's
And
see.
this is the fun part.
Oh, and actually, while we're rolling out, because we talked about it before, and because I don't know if you wanted to get up close, did you want, because it takes her a few minutes to do that, do you want Aurelia to do Way of Animals again to summon small allies?
Nah, I'm okay without it personally.
Yeah, it's just one extra, just 100% just an extra dice.
Right. Okay. 2 tens.
Yes. Double tens.
I stick out like a sore thumb.
Well, I have to roll for them, so.
I got a pair of ones, I guess.
Actually, hold on. I will also.
I can't believe this only equals non-bread.
Omega, are they trying to sense me?
They
I mean,
sense.
they just rolled 3 tens on sense plus sight. Yes.
Okay, so I'll let you. I would have activated this beforehand, but you roll before I can't. So whatever you want to rule it, good with that. But I would have tried to activate Pass Unseen. So things trying to track me would get...
they're not tracking. They're not rolling sense plus.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they see all of us.
Yeah, that was sense plus sight. So yes. So.
Well, I tried. I can't beat
very
3
very
tens.
admirable. I just rolled 2 tens, and they don't have a huge pool, but they do have a master die in sight. which in this case becomes 3 10s. So, front team front back. You guys are having a merry old time. Nicola, you managed to keep the goat calm. You bring it up to a point in the stream where like Konrad said, it's probably upstream a little, so it's a little like towards one end of the valley where like the height is better, and you stick a stake in the ground and you roll into a bush and you activate the powers of your elven ancestry and just literally blend into this shrub you're hiding inside. Like, if Inos or Logesh is trying to keep their eye on you, it's very difficult because, like I said, Nicola basically starts to go all predator camo. Inos, you shimmy up a tree, and you're about as well hidden as an iron demon, clutching a chain in his offhand, hiding in a tree can be. Which is not very, but you're trying your best. Which is more that can be said for Logesh, who is just, like, army crawling on the ground in some grass. The grass is not tall enough to cover him.
Should have put a fucking blanket over him.
Well, you guys didn't say you wanted to get out guild. Which, yes, actually, like, honestly, there would be, like, hunter blinds and covers you guys could have gone, but it was like, I'll get up close even though I'm bad at sneak.
I don't have stealth, so that's why I just didn't bother getting close.
No, that's fair. You guys don't have to roll stealth because you are assembled far enough away that the Warhawks will not notice you until you guys start acting.
Is it obvious that I'm not good at stealth/hunting?
It's okay. You have, the fires of revenge in your heart instead. So, the goat is kind of minding its own business. It starts to kind of nervously shuffle from foot to foot. And then, actually, this is a very good question. None of you in the front team are higher than Sense 4, right?
I'm not, no.
No.
I think we're literally the Sense 2 team.
All right. So, math-wise, they still see Nicola, but he is the best hidden, so I think we're going to pick on Logesh and Inos today. As out of, the early morning, once again, Warhawks, they're huge. Like I said, they're about 9 foot wingspan, tip to tip. Their bodies are huge. And one of them ignores the goat, though the goat does start freaking out and is trying to, buck the line in the stake. And swoops down to attack the grounded, where Logesh is crouching. I won't actually say you're prone because I think there's penalties and modifiers to attacks then. But you are stealthing, so you would be kind of hunched down. So let's see. 3 4s. So that would be 3 killing to hit location 4.
3 to the left arm.
For Inos. 3 4s again. That's another 3 killing to your hit location 4.
On the healing
As
potions I gave you,
the
right?
bird swoops by and takes a slash out of you.
Out of me?
No, that's
And-
Inos.
And
Both
Enos.
of you get 4s.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have armor in there.
Yeah,
So is that
it's
2
leather
birds?
armor.
Just 1. So two killing.
Okay.
Armor, at least in this case, there's no fucking around with like reducing and killing the shot.
So, you know what the funny thing is? Looking at my armor, you said to the 4s or the
Yes, hit location
3s?
4.
Okay, that's the one thing, one of the few things that's not covered by my armor set.
He's
Right,
got
he has a
bare
shield.
upper arms.
4 killing
So-
my left arm.
Omega,
3
is
killing
it,
to your left
is
arm.
it Yeah, 3
Oh,
killing.
3 killing. My bad.
3 killing to the 4. I understand how you got confused.
It's
3 to the 4.
What's up, Nicola?
Is letting go of something a free action?
Yes. No. You
Should-
the plan was that the animal would be staked, so you don't even have to hold the lead.
Yeah, I'm not. I think our goat plan is a little scuppered.
Well, the
so yes,
Warhawks
we
are
going
here,
to
so the goat plan is it succeeded totally. Sure.
It succeeded. In a way, it failed, but also it succeeded.
So, we're going to go to normal sense order. Nobody at sense 1, I don't think.
Nope.
So, sense 1000.
Sense
Sense
2.
two.
How far away is the Warhawk from us at this current moment?
They get. Let me double check. They get like 25 feet of free flying movement, so it's
Oh,
probably
they're still within 30
they.
feet.
Yeah, they're within 60 feet for sure. They're probably like,
Yeah.
depending on their exact positions, they're probably like 5 or 10 feet off the ground. But yeah, they're still close. They have not.
I mean,
like,
our plan was
swooped
to
back up
kill this
super
one,
high.
right?
Yeah, kill him.
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
then, yeah, call shot head.
Okay, he's getting juicy.
remind me again. Slow is just that like it's gonna take
You
2
must
actions.
wait the number of rounds before you the slow passes before you can use it again. You do not have to
Reloading.
actually spend actions to actively reload.
Oh,
But yeah.
before using it again. Okay, so yeah, I'll shoot.
But yeah, no, I'm will.
Shoot,
I will
shoot the one that tried to claw your eyes out.
Yes, he will not get at my delicious eye juices.
I'm gonna call shot head for with the throwing knife.
Oh, fair enough. That is hit location 10 for these creatures.
I will attempt
Wait,
a.
I have a question, Omega. Sorry, Lucky. This is important.
What?
I promise. Would we have known, are these beasts considered naturally armored?
No.
Okay.
I believe that the Marquess rolled.
Then I'm just using a
understand.
steel
Yeah,
knife.
they have no. They do not appear to have any inherent armor.
Gotcha.
I will be attempting to grapple with my chain the one that attacked me.
Okay. Yes, that'll just be chain.
Okay.
Wait, are there 2 birds?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Okay, just make sure. I didn't know if that was 2 birds or 1 bird that made 2 attacks.
No. It's 2 birds.
2 birds.
One of them swooped down and
that bird teleported then.
yeah, one swooped down and clawed Logesh where he was hiding. Another one, swooped up right up to where Inos is sitting in the tree and pecked right
Gotcha.
across your arm. Ah. All right. That was everybody at sense 2.
Yeah.
Sense 3000. Anybody?
Nope.
Okay. I think I know for sure I got my Cheval since 3. And what is Narissa's sense? Actually, I should double check. Okay, she's 2. She's going to God, I wish I had a coin to flip to see. No, she would do it this way. She's going to use Strike the Tail to throw her spear at the bird attacking Logesh. Which means I think Agave Cheval is going to fire her carbine at the bird attacking Inos. So Sense 4. Even those of you who are Sense 4, you get to declare after bad guys do. So the Warhawks are going to take this turn to roll their flight roll because they're going to set up for a swoop attack. So they're going to roll their coordination plus flight. They get to add the width of their success to their fight pool for their next attack, and if they do, they do +1 killing damage. So they're going to set up turn. And then, Comrade, I assume you are 4?
Yes. Let's see. I will call shot to arm or wing.
Yes.
The
wing.
one that is attacking Logesh.
All right.
I totally apologize for this.
What? Why?
What's up?
Can I declare that I attacked both of them because I can do it for free?
Can you do that for free?
Yes, as long as I'm doing nothing else in the round, which I haven't, I can declare multiple actions with no penalty.
Okay.
As long
You still
as
need
it's
multiple
both
sets.
throwing
Are
knives.
you double called shotting?
No, just one called shot, and then one, if I get a second set, I'll use it.
Okay. Yes, you can do that. Yes.
I'm not confident enough to double call shot.
Good. That's a very high level of confidence. Leslok, I believe you are last in the order. Cincy boy.
I better order all the men to shoot.
Roll.
I guess command inspire.
Yeah, command inspire. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm like,
Okay.
It's an I word. It's an I word.
Do I get a bonus because I am? I forget.
No,
So chain
probably
command.
not.
No. Okay, no. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to say if you can't think of what the bonus is, you probably don't.
No.
I just know the
There's-
words for being like because I've literally the
I don't think there's an intrinsic bonus for rank. You need to have the ability to be inspiring.
Fair enough.
All right. Okay, everybody, roll your pools.
As I spell things wrong, good job.
Oh, don't worry, we do that all the time.
Floppy.
around here.
No, ordering the men
Well,
wouldn't
for me
count as
last
me doing
time,
this shit on my
so-
duty.
Excellent!
Weird question.
Oh, I forgot to put 90-10. That's why that's wrong.
Omega, would this? I don't think this would go with like a CFI parents just to do like a thing like this. But,
To order? No, not really.
no, I'd probably just to shoot them directly.
Okay, so
Okay, so they
that's
don't
good
get
and
that one,
bad.
twos.
3 twos.
I feel Logesh is going to feel so sorry to Inos for taking the Aqua Boss and doing jack shit with it because he's probably going to be dropping it next round.
I mean, no, that's kind of what you do. You fire at a fixed bayonets and you go running in.
Yeah, no, it's like you, because they're only like slow 1 or 2 normally.
It's slow one. Yeah.
Yours the Archivist is slow 1. Like, people can do some, like, well-trained people can do some mean speed reloads, but it's still, several seconds of beat you need to set it up before you can be ready to go.
Call shot adds a dice of where you call a shot, right?
No, it sets one of your dice to the hit location, which means you actually are rolling
Less
two
dice.
less dice, technically.
Well, no, I only called shot once.
Well, true.
You also take a penalty die, so unless you also have the power to call
I do not
shots
take a
for free.
penalty dice.
Yes, you do.
No, I literally don't. For Cinea's touch, I do not take a penalty dice from call shotting.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said. Is you don't unless you don't take that. Okay, so yeah, you
No.
roll.
But you
reduce
still have to
one
set a
die.
dice.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Yeah.
So there's no better than 2s there. Okay, so they're gonna add 2 dice to their wing attacks.
So do you want me to re-roll it?
Yes, probably.
How
rolled
do
the
you
wrong
set?
dice. Just reduce the number by 1 and say you've got a 10.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right.
If you put like plus 10 or something, I think it'll just add the plus 10 at the back of it.
Well, let's hope that works.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little slow
Uh,
because I have my
you got it.
Arguably
stats
better.
tab, and then my other stats in the other tab. So...
Actually, yeah, you got 3 sets.
Yeah, which means I get my 2 attacks off, but...
Yeah, but these fuckers are evasive, so they get free gobble
yeah,
dice.
they get 1 free 10 they can use.
That's
on
why I
an
asked all the
attack,
men to
so-
shoot, so there'd be enough attacks by volley.
Yeah, well, unfortunately they're followers, so they're gonna go at sense 1 of next time.
Fair enough.
But you now no longer need to tell them to keep firing.
Well,
so
they
you should
can't
be
break
aware.
all my sets, Lucky.
That is true.
True. Okay, so Narissa rolls spear plus coordinate. She probably should have aimed, but you guys were a little bit surprised. I should just look up
If I had the
forwards.
round, I would have gone for it.
If I mean, it's no plan survives contact with the enemy. If you had all hid perfectly well, then the Warhawks would have like swooped down to look at this goat first, and then we could have started aiming and shit. But
Fortunately, the Warhawks
they
rolled
are a
very
little
well.
bit smart, and they are especially territorial. So they see a couple of human-shaped things eyeballing a goat in their turf, and they're like, "Hey,
That's my goat.
that's my goat now." Caw, motherfucker. And then, well, how much do you have for shooting? Firearms 2. She also probably should have aimed, but we're here. Never mind. Bang. Okay. Who's got the widest set?
Not me anymore.
I would
Not
technically
me.
I would technically have 3 4s. I forgot to mark it, so.
Okay. Well, that means that which one are you aiming at? Logesh's?
Yes.
Okay. So they would apply their 10 gobble die to that first, because I'm not going to do very advanced tactics with their free dodge dice. They're just going to apply it to the first set that applies to them. So that means that it would become 2 4s. But for the sake of my sanity, let's go ahead and resolve that. So how much damage are you dealing with width of 2 now?
It'd be 3. Yeah, 3. 3 killing.
Is it arquebus
it's
or a
okay.
rifle?
It's arquebus.
It's shock killing.
It's shot killing? Okay.
Okay, so those 3 shock, 3 killing. That's very bad for that bird. Also, I apologize if at any point I seem like I'm distracted. I do not know why exactly, but there is a cat walking up and down the hallway, meowing,
Oh, okay.
and I'm just
Yes.
like, I keep
no.
hearing
The
it.
reason
and
I
I'm
don't
just
have
like,
cats anymore.
It's also AP1.
My
I don't
favorite
think that
part-
matters.
Of that was I was waiting for Megan to say, and it's not even my cat. We don't own one.
No, we have cats, but I don't know why.
There was
exactly-
never a
yes.
cat here. It died in 1965.
No, it's not Pet Cemetery.
Literally
It's
six-
Human
literally 60 years
Cemetery
ago.
across the street. So unless it's a human ghost making a cat sound, which I would not put past them.
Isn't that literally the Grudge?
Anyway.
Grudge might do it.
No, the little
Hey,
boy
also-
made the cat noise.
Guess what? So I was like, I bet that's bad. Yeah. They've only got 6 wound boxes in their wings.
Oh, so someone hits that arm again, it's just fucked. Okay.
Well, it's full. It's filled. The last box is filled with shock. So
Right,
its
it's
wing is disabled.
Right, they didn't lose it, it's just disabled, right.
Yeah. So
Now I think Logesh, or no wait, no, he
nobody
didn't
else got
shoot.
3,
He
right?
inspired. Well, Leslok did, but his is an inspire roll.
Mine was to get everyone to shoot.
yeah, you yell successfully at 3. They will fire when ready.
I believe I'm next with 10s.
Yeah. All right. How many 10s you got? 2.
I have 2 10s, so 1 headshotted.
Which one did you do the called shot on?
The called shot one I did on the Enos one. The
No, I thought you
Enos
did the
bird.
call shot one on the Leslok one.
No. Because I was going to attack the Enos bird.
I think that is correct.
So I did the 9s will be on the Leslok bird.
Well, that means that the Inos bird applies its free 10 dodge, so it is not struck by your knife.
Okay.
Breaks the set. But that means its dodge is done. Anybody else with 10s? Just me?
Yeah, just you.
Okay, so is a carbine just with and shock killing?
I don't even have to worry about
I'm checking.
doing anything this round. Just
Yes.
gotta worry about taking damage.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So that's 2 shock, 2 killing. Oh, hey, these guys only have 4 wound boxes in their brain. So Enos, the bird
Okay.
menacing you, dodges a knife throw from Nicola while it's wheeling around, and then a bullet skims its brain, and it becomes dazed and starts falling to the ground. And I just want to say, for purposes, the camera ratchets over as the smoke comes up, and you see Agave Cheval standing there. She just gives you the nod.
Yeah, as my chain just kind of weakly just falls into nothing.
Well, actually, probably not, because you're next at 2x9, so that's the torso, not the head. So I think you grapple this unconscious bird. Because the nothing about it being disabled actually stops it from being a valid target.
I suppose. Okay.
It also means it can't oppose. So yeah, no, you wrap your chain around this knocked out bird. Presumably, at some point, you or somebody else will want to coup de grace it.
Yeah.
It is merely knocked out. That's a 2x9.
Why not?
And,
right?
and the other one can't fly anymore.
Yeah, the other one is going to get 2x9s to the chest.
Well, I was double checking. Inos, you also rolled 2x9, right?
Yeah, it was 2x9.
All right. Just double checking. All right, so that's just your knife, right?
Just a knife.
Okay, so that's within killing. So just two.
It's just
torso.
2 killing.
Counting my rune boxes of direction. So 9. 2 killing. Thunk. All right, so that was 9s. I know, Logesh, you didn't get anything, so I think is that everybody? While until we get down to 2 4s with Narissa.
Yeah, I went.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
This is probably no. I'm not even gonna ask it because that's definitely a no.
All right, with +1 in killing, +1 shock. So that's 3 more killing. Shock turns to killing. And that means the bird's wing is full of kill. And the rest of the damage bleeds up to torso. All right. So yeah, the bird that slashed Inos is dazed and confused and wrapped up in a chain. So you've successfully executed your grapple to pin, I assume.
No, just grapple. I have to pin.
Enos, with the help of his chain's gonna fucking suplex this thing.
Flex the bird.
Oh, gotta do something. But yeah, okay, it's grappled up.
Yeah.
The bird menacing Logesh has its wing like double clipped. First, Konrad hits it with a bullet, which seems to disable most of it, and then out of the woods comes her one spear, and Narissa just embeds it in its wing joint, and so that bird is super grounded. Unfortunately for Leslok, not for Leslok, for Logesh. We're doing a lot tonight, damn. But Logesh, the bird is grounded right next to you. He's very annoyed. So we go to the bottom.
Damn. Sorry, and but it didn't pick up on the mic. I cracked my knuckles.
I did not pick up, but we'll take that one in. Okay.
Wait, hold on, I got this.
I'm about to fight this bird. Damn, this bird got hands.
I think the lamplighters are, even though, no, they were ordered to fire. Okay.
Oh no,
They're
I'm
gonna
sorry.
roll their dice to fire, even though the bird is right next to Logesh.
Oh man, this is such a roll of us, so now make it shooting me in the back.
They probably won't hit you unless you do something goofy, but
I dive into the bullets.
there's as far as I know, there's no like friendly fire, but it's just probably going to be uncomfortable for you.
You just probably have to, I don't know, like step back.
Oh wait. No.
Well, it's Sense 2, so the Sense 2 squad can figure out what they're gonna do.
Okay, sorry. No. I said I'm gonna grapple the bird. I did mean I'm gonna pin the bird.
Yes, the bird is pinned. I think technically pinned to the tree, but it's unconscious and wrapped up in your chains. So
Yes. Because I was actually like, wait, man, what does pin do? I was like, wait, no.
I'm going to cold shot the chest.
which one? The one menacing Logesh?
Yes, the one menacing Logesh. I think Enos might have the other bird handled.
Probably.
It's also probably, I'm thinking back on it, Enos is probably pretty good. You have a master die and climb because I imagine that this bird is heavy. So to key everybody in, since you've already filled up a couple of their locations, it has the exact same wound boxes as a human, basically.
Oh wow.
It's like 4 in head, 6 in each arm, kind of a thing. So, yeah, no, this bird weighs a lot.
Well, it's pinned, and I can make attacks on pinned creatures now, so I'll just give it a fucking coup de grace.
Suplex.
That's to be a slam attack, but that wouldn't be. That probably would not kill it. Probably not. No. That would just be doing shock damage to certain points.
Omega, you heard my call, right?
Yeah. No,
Okay, then I'm gonna be right back.
I'll have to ask when he gets back whether he means 7, 8, or 9, since he has to set a die.
Well, I'll have to for a coup de grace. Do I have to like make a called shot to a head? I'm assuming. Ooh, excuse me.
Yeah, the way like because there's like the wombo combo moves like iron stuff. Yeah, I think you make the called shot head.
Because even though it's like disabled, it might still be like trying to flap around and move and stuff. So yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I will remove a die. Wait, actually, no, hang on. Called shot, set it up.
And if anybody's curious, the maneuver called Iron Kiss does is that's the you hold up a knife to somebody's neck and say do what I want or I'll slit his throat. That's a called shot to head with a -2d penalty, but you do not roll the next round. If you succeed, you just get to depending on how wide your set is, just do 10s. So if you get like 4 width or more, you just do a free 6 by 10 without rolling next turn if you want. It's a 2 by 10 if you just get a standard success. So like it's bad. They're probably dead. But Inos will probably be doing a called shot but I think choke strangle just does shock.
Yeah, strangle would do shock. So it'd probably just be. Well, I guess I could strangle it. Well, actually,
its head is full, so if you get bonuses for strangle, the damage will turn straight to killing.
Let me check here.
That's fine. Logesh, what are you doing? Your sense 2.
Yeah. So drop the aquabus, and then grab my bodish.
Yeah, no. I'll be doing a strangle because it removes because I have the bird in a pin. It removes the 1d penalty, so I only lose 1 dice. It's still a call shot to a head, though.
All right. So if you're going to draw and attack in the same round, you don't get any penalty on your dice. Just your attack is 1 width slower than it would be normally.
Okay, thank you.
I think that also counts if you wanted to declare a parry as well. I'm pretty sure you can draw a weapon and do coordination plus dodge without any penalties because you're not actually using the weapon you're drawing.
Yeah, I believe so.
But then you have to roll dodge, and also the dodge is slightly different from parry in that you have to have room to dodge, which you do right now. But
Dodge!
At sense 3, Agave Cheval will reload her. But yeah, Logesh, not knowing what this bird wants to do yet. What do you want to do? You want to just draw? You want to dodge? You want to attack?
Attack! It's grounded.
All right. Okay.
Beat on it.
The bird at sense 4 will declare it's going to attempt to peck Logesh's eyes out. I will not actually call it shot head because that could be slightly mean. I don't think it actually wants to disfigure him. It's just going to. Honestly, it's grounded. It's wounded. It's freaked out. It's either it's nestmate or it's fellow brother or whatever. You don't have time to sex these birds.
Heterosexual partner.
Is looped up in a chain, and Inos is gonna do some very cool stranglehold move. It's just going to peck wildly at you, Logesh.
That's fine.
Hey, Lucky, have you ever played Assassin's Creed 3?
No, unfortunately.
So there's this really fun move that they can do with a rope dart, which I assume is what you're going to do with the bird.
Jesus Christ.
You just use the tree as leverage, just...
Probably.
Oh, mean. Konrad, you have an empty a gun in your hand?
I am reloading and aiming.
All right. Fair enough. Yep. Leslok?
One bird I think is already handled, and the other one everyone's just shooting a bunch. So I guess I'll join in. I'm going to call shot for let's see. The one that's imposing upon Logesh is its one of its wings is disabled, right?
Yep.
I'm aiming for the other wing.
Both of its wings are disabled.
Oh, both
I
already?
believe.
Okay.
No. Both went to 4. So only one wing is
Oh,
disabled.
one of its wings
okay.
is really fun.
What's the one that's not disabled?
5.
5 and 6.
I will aim for 6.
All right.
Call shot
Shoot
6.
it in the other shoulder.
Oh, it hit
Yeah.
the same one. Okay.
Yeah, Narissa rolled 2 4s as well.
Okay.
By the way, I did not declare for Narissa. Narissa's not doing anything. That was her move. She threw a spear. She has no more spears.
Who needs friends? I have knives.
I'd hand her a
Out of
gun if that
knives.
was actually if she ever could bother to use it.
No, she is not
So
good at
I
that.
I wasn't considering that.
You know what you need to start doing? You need to start carrying extra spears just for her.
Honestly,
Oh, right.
I'll carry
Caddy.
down.
Oh, actually, that
I
reminds
should've-
me. I was gonna say. Well, what are you gonna say, Dallas?
I should have specified. I'm declaring multiple attacks.
Okay.
Only one called.
What I was gonna say is, you called shot to torso. What number? 7, 8, or 9 is the torso?
Let's go 8. I'm feeling 8.
He's feeling 8. Pay 8. Feel great.
Also, how many attacks are you doing?
2. Just 2.
Okay.
One called, one not.
By the way, that is your 3rd and 4th knife.
Yep.
I believe we discussed previously that you have like 6 or 8
I have
knives ish.
I have 10 steel knives, 2 orichalcum knives.
Guys, I'm also not sure that number is
Classic
accurate because
deal,
I feel
man.
like we keep counting the knives and it's not always that many. But all right, you've used 4 knives or planning on using 4
I'm
knives.
sorry, I'm just watching this bird.
Just go ape shit. Yeah, you do that.
I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete that.
God. What was I? Right, I'm in the wrong tab because I'm trying to check my monster stats. I'm like, what am I looking for right now? Looking for the dice pool. Them.
Okay.
So it's gonna add 2 this.
Well, if I strangled to death, someone might be able to taxidermy it real nice.
True.
What's this mark around its neck? Oh, that's nothing.
Don't worry, a good taxidermist will fix all of that. Yeah, so. All right, everybody sounds like you're declared. Roll them up.
I'm rolling them up. What?
Yup. That's a dead bird.
Oh, I think
That's
it's
a
comma.
dead bird.
Oh, okay. It's probably the comma. Okay. Alright, so
Yeah,
I'll
try that
just
again.
let me try that again then.
Also, I mean, no, it's probably not
Nope.
a dead bird because, like, you only do width and killing, buddy. I told you it's got.
I did not do the call
torso
shot.
as a man.
No, but Omega, I have 2 shots to the torso there.
Yeah, that's 4 killing. How many wound boxes do you have in your?
So
How'd I
I
hit it in
have,
the torso last time?
I have
For
one
2.
less width for this.
Yes, your width count is 1
Oh,
less.
right. We have 10 wound boxes in the torso.
So does that
I'm
mean
dumb.
I don't succeed? Because then they will
No,
take.
you still succeed. It's your speed, so you will resolve last.
Okay. But okay, we're 5.
Well, I don't strangle a fucking bird, a helpless bird somehow.
Yeah, that is odd.
Reminds me of my favorite comment about the emu war, which is why couldn't they just strangle the emus?
It's as we've just discovered, it's harder than it looks.
Have you seen their necks?
Also, they bite you.
Yeah, you don't take the penalty, but you still have to do the shot.
God, I could have declared 4 attacks.
Maybe. I don't know how you're pitching 4 knives with one hand.
Yeah, no, 3 is the only way that makes sense because you can fit 3 between the fingers, but 4 is a little
All right,
odd.
everybody roll, though?
I did. I
Hold on.
didn't get my cold shot, but I got a match, but I don't think that counts.
Nope, you did not multiple declare. Ah, good. I love when simultaneous shit happens. Okay, so at 2x10.
Nope, I have something before that.
Oh, you have a width? Where was your
I have 3x8.
Oh, right, you did a called shot. Okay, yes. So 3
Yeah.
by 8. Okay, well, it's going to break its 10, so it's not going to peck out Logesh's eyes.
No, you do not touch my cousin.
All right.
I thought you were about to say, no. His eyes do get
Well, actually, it's got multiple sets, so it can lose the die from its 8s instead, or its 4s.
Okay, you don't get to touch my cousin's head.
No, it's still going to do the 2x10. But you do 3? Okay, so that's 3 killing. So that goes to... So it's got 5 killing total. It'll lose a set for one of its lower matches, because I rolled a shitload. We'll drop the 4s. So at 2x10, Logesh, you take, because well, I won't do the extra damage, actually. It shouldn't swoop, because it won't get the extra momentum. So it's just 2 killing to head.
And with, it's like, because it's been so long, armor reduces it to shock?
No. How much armor AR do you have in your head?
3.
Nothing.
Yeah!
Deletes damage total.
Fuck you!
It prevents up to 3 shock and killing damage. So, yeah, this bird's beak clangs off your helmet. And then it takes 3 shock and 3 killing from a barrage of musket fire.
Where does it take it?
To the head. Because I just rolled 2x10 for the lamplighters.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, that is dead. So shout out to whichever man got the headshot while this bird is actively trying to peel off
Give that guy a
Loki's
promotion.
helmet. It is dead now because it's only got 4 wound boxes, so 3 shock, 3 killing turns into a total of 4 killing. They're dead.
Yeah.
So the bird goes down in a hail of gunfire.
Man, now this is gonna be awkward.
Eno, you no longer have to roll to strangle it now that combat's over.
Yeah, okay. Inos is probably like probably got like hanging over a branch and just, straining slightly. He's only body 2.
And then I'm like, no, Inos, jump off with it. Use momentum.
Get up on the Hydra's back!
Inos throws you back. I think it's heavier than me.
No, if you
actually,
leave-
also, legitimately, it might be. They're body 3. They have 3
No, I
lives.
mean, hold the chain over a branch, and then you jump to one side and let it go the other side.
It's like I'm already using the leverage of the branch.
Oh.
This thing's very heavy.
Well, keep doing what you're doing.
All right, yeah. The combat's
Eventually
over.
it dies.
Everybody, if you had any shock damage from the fight, you'd heal it. But I think it was all killing.
Am I able to retrieve any of my knives, or are they gone?
Did you miss with any of your knives?
I did miss one, so that one's probably gone.
Yes. That knife is gone. It went into the woods.
Somewhere in
The
the
other ones
forest.
that struck the birds, you can get back.
Yeah. And luckily, they're all in one bird, so just pull those out.
Nobody hit the lower body, so like the upper body of the bird that was attacking Logesh is real fucked up. But it's like tail feathers and talons are intact. The bird that Inos has killed, like we said, was grazed with a musket ball. So
I'm not even sure I can call this my kill. I just kind of cleaned up. That's all I did. Jesus.
That's fair. If you want to clean up, listen, guns are scary. This fight was a little bit of a pilot run. two Warhawks is not enough for you operating at a squad level. If it was just the 5 of you alone in the woods, probably still a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Also, I do have a question real quick here.
Yeah.
With the way that expert dice and master die is it the setting of the dice that removes it or the actual die penalty? Because if I was to have
the penalty removes it.
Huh?
The penalty removes it. So if you do not take a penalty die, your expert or master die does not.
Yeah, so if I had like an expert die set to 10, but then I did the strangle, which also sets a dice to 10, would I basically automatically succeed with?
Yes, you would automatically get your 2 10s.
Okay.
Because you do not take a penalty die for the called shot. You must set one of your dice to 10, and that's a. As far as I understand, with the way called shots and stuff do, it's basically like turning one of your dice into expert dice.
Okay.
So it happens, but it's turning one of your normal dice. So if you get to keep your expert or master die for any reason, yes, you can do it that way.
Sorry, I was just thinking about that because I was slightly miffed.
Yeah, from my understanding, it's what you reduce your die pool and then set your dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
In that order,
the act of taking a penalty die is you remove special dice first.
Okay.
Normally.
Okay.
Yeah, now we gotta find the nest though.
Well, if you want to go ahead and find their nest, that'll be somebody should roll sense plus scrutinize, or knowledge wilderness if you've got that. But I don't know how big those are.
All right. Do we have anyone who's good at those things?
I can do scrutinize, but
I am curious.
I have none of those.
Inos is gonna go over to Gavish Cheval because it was Gavish Cheval who made the shot, right?
Yep.
Inos will. He'll bind up the bird and chain. I don't know if anyone's carrying a rope, but it'd probably be easier to carry it bound up instead of it just kind of dragging everywhere.
I do have a rope if you want to use it.
You've got a couple hunters with you. They can probably get a net or a tarpaulin or something.
Yeah, bind it up and go over to Agave. It's all like, well, my lad, it's a crack shot. It's like, he'll just, mime, shooting it out of the air. It's like, he'll just mime shooting it out of the air and be just your kill. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with your prize?
She kind of, sets her carbine back in its holster and says, "Well, not my best work. I think I only stunned it, but did hit it. I suppose, she kind of glances back as the prince and crew are starting to, tromp up now that all the shooting and stuff is done.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose that as good guests, we should lay it at the feet of our lovely hostess. Though, she kind of because she's wearing Cavalier's gear, so the equivalent of a gambeson or a buff coat,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. She kind of pulls a lid to her collar and says, "No, I should probably put a hawk enamel pin somewhere on this."
Like a hawk enamel pin, just like a pin with a feather in it or something. What does she mean?
Yeah, she's just talking about getting something in the shape of the hawk and adding it to her rows of pins or medals and ribbons.
Sorry, it's
Do make sure though that from the other one, she kind of does the hand to forehead while I assume some of the rest of you are kind of muddling around in the river up there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Comrade's gone ahead to go hunt for that nest. With 2 10s. Point out the other one. That one's not as good for wear, but we should at least pluck some of the tail feathers. I dare say everyone should get credit for that one.
Indeed. All right. Well, we'll take this big old boy back with us, and who knows? Maybe they'll stuff it and mount it somewhere.
One of the hunters who's with you is just kind of as he's probably I said wrapping it up in a burlap sack or a tarpaulin or something, just kind of like chuckles to himself. Oh, big bird. Kind of just nods up to both you and you, Inos, and Agave Cheval. Go work, sirs, ladies.
We finally got that fucker from Sesame Street.
Sorry, my first instinct was I had to like double change myself. My first thought was to say Christ, and I'm like, that doesn't work. And then my next instinct was similar syllables, crikey, and I'm like, no, that also doesn't work. Criminy, he's criminy. He says he, hoists it up over its shoulder. Oh, heavy. So, Conrad, there we go. Don't know why I'm so bad with names tonight. You look around for like signs of passage. You look for, you follow the direction where the birds swooped down from.
For bones.
Yeah. The goat, by the way, is like not like really freaking out because they're both dead, but it's not happy that you fired a bunch of guns near it, and so it's definitely like it's moved on to like gnawing at the lead on the stake.
To call him the goat.
But you kind of follow the pattern where they went, and you can see up in the tallest, spindliest pine tree. There's a big fucking huge nest up in the tree, which is all gnarled and sinister, possibly lightning struck.
Get me an axe.
Yeah, you got a couple woodsmen. Probably you can get a wood axe.
Wait, why do you need a wood axe?
We're cutting that tree the fuck down.
Wait, why?
Cut down the evil tree.
Because the nest's up there.
What?
And I'm not confident enough to climb up there.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question. How far away did he have to go to find the nest?
He's probably only like maybe 15 or 20 yards upstream from where you guys are.
Oh, okay, then I could probably hear him yelling. It's all like, no. It's like, we'll be here fun. God, like, how long does it take down to chop down trees? A while.
Hi ho.
It's probably 15 or 20 minutes. Like, it's a decently sized tree.
Yeah. It's like, no. What do we need? What do you want? What do you want? Do you want the eggs? See if they have any eggs. You want me to just throw the nest onto the ground? Let me do something.
Eggs.
Yeah, I've had a
Smash the eggs if they're there.
had a poor showing today. Can't walk up a mountain. Can't hit a bird. I can at least climb a ruddy tree. So Inos will Inos will kick off his boots. And what do we wear? What do we wear? Gaiters? I don't know what our socks look.
So if you're wearing oh, you want to switch to like soft shoes? Yeah, you probably have some like gaiters or basically like leather or duck cloth like foot wraps.
Yeah, no. Well, I guess he's gonna climb the tree like because it's also our feet that are like helps us climb. So
yeah.
So he's taking off his shoes so he can climb the tree better.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your climb roll. I feel like from the background though, your comment about that, like Aurelia, who was been standing in the back, just says, "I don't know a lot of people who can hit birds or climb trees, or rather, can hit birds from climbing trees."
Let's see here. So with my master die, that'll be a pair of 7s.
Yeah, easily enough you can shimmy up there. While the nest looks relatively freshly built, you are not a bird expert. There are not any eggs. There are, a decent layer of down, maybe a couple of spent feathers. Also, there are probably the slowly curing remains of some stripped kills up there.
Ew.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
All right. Well, destroy said nest.
Yeah, no need to roll. You can just push the pile of stuff below. Like I said, bits of down feather, lots of branches and grasses, and a couple of
Inos will yell out, "Look out below! It's a bit grisly."
Yeah, a couple of loose animal bones. They were chewing on. Just tumble to the floor. It probably makes a real cool sound as you smash the brush and brambles below.
Inos will swing back down there.
All right.
Put back on. his-
Inos, as you are going back down to your feet, because now it's been a few minutes after all your gunfire and yelling, you guys can hear. No need to roll anything. The sound of heavier wing beats, even than the Warhawks above.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
And there's you guys are kind of clustered up. Actually, that's a good question. Let me just scroll to your languages. Did you buy any wing?
I did not.
Okay.
I have not had any exposure to the language yet.
Well,
Same.
technically that is no longer true, because what to most of you here, as I'm pretty sure that if Inos didn't take it, I don't think any of the rest of you took
No.
language wing yet.
Oh.
You hear kind of like a kind of trilling singing call, almost like somebody like humming the note like "Ollie Ollie Oxen Free," but kind of echoing off the mountains. And as you guys are kind of, I assume, like clustering up in the clearing.
Mhm.
And if one of you wants to make a panic dive for cover, I guess that's on you. But
Anos, has his chain in hand once again.
Oh, there's a dagger or a knife in my hand.
but a trio of Harpuya wing down and kind of like settle. No, they'll be cool. They'll settle into the branches of a nearby tree. The reason why their wing beats are really loud and heavy is they literally take a -3 stealth when flying. It's loud.
Is this a friendly or an enemy?
Don't know yet. I would like to
Sure.
incline. I would like to incline friendly though. The Countess did mention that she did send people to speak to the Harpuya, but they're busy getting their nesting on. I believe she said.
Yeah.
At this time.
So these three, there's three of them, look a little bit different than the one you've met with Kaleno.
I like Kaleno. She's fiery.
Yeah, but she, because she's a courier auxiliary, she kind of like dressed herself with cap, goggles, and had like a big like smock or apron with lots of pouches. These are definitely more what you would say probably hunters, especially because I know Inos has a little bit of allied tribes.
Yes.
No need to roll yet, but yeah, they're clad in basically like leather, like just harnesses, the straps, and then covered with all kinds of additional like pads or pouches, kind of like sewn or clipped on to add extra protection or carrying, while still keeping their wings free. They are wearing bronze like shin guards, greaves, and kind of like shoulder pads, and kind of at their like holstered at their waist are big quivers full of iron flechettes. Basically like big iron darts, which they throw at things from on high. So one of them, and also I should say, Kaleno is probably the equivalent of like somewhere in her late teens. These ladies look a little older, more mature, definitely somewhere in the adult zone.
Oh.
The one who kind of takes a front position is tall, kind of a little bit of tanned, got kind of an auburn colored plumage to her hair and wings. Does have a sword belt with a flissa. They're kind of curved pointed blades. Do notice that she's got what looks like a lot of additional charms and talismans, lots of beads and teeth and seashells and stuff, and little brightly colored feathers on strings kind of like dangling from her belt and around her neck and stuff. The other two with her kind of lurking back. One of them is kind of full-figured, kind of golden brown feathers. Hey, Inos, are you wearing your veil?
Probably not. No.
They're gonna steal you away.
No, like I'm thinking about it. Like normally he probably would, but this is a combat situation. He probably doesn't wear it in combat situations. Also, he probably would have been breathing really hard, and a veil probably doesn't help with breathing.
Yeah,
I know.
That would absolutely suck.
No, if I had made my endurance check, I probably would have, but no, I don't.
Yeah. So this one kind of spends her time bouncing her view between definitely lingering the most on Inos, but probably catching an aside at Nicola, because you're what, BD2? BD1?
I think Nicola's beauty too.
We don't know.
Does?
I know he at one point had the
He had
trait or
subtle beauty, but I
something.
think he switched it just to the regular ranking of beauty.
Yeah, I think it was beauty too.
I think he's dead.
I can only assume he exploded. Prince Alias, though, is beauty 1, and I think that's every male with beauty here. Would be those 3. So, but like I said, definitely lingers a little on Inos. The last one kind of like, sits towards the back, kind of has her feathered arms crossed. She's kind of a little more pale-skinned, kind of orange-red eyes, and her feather pattern is kind of alternating black and white colors. She kind of gives you all kind of more of a, piercing, penetrating stare. But like I said, the leader kind of like settles in on a tree branch, glances down and says, in slightly accented Crownish, but still pretty good, just, hail and well met, hunters. Point gestures with a taloned hand down at the downed Warhawk. I see you have hunted the monsters that are here.
Enos,
Yeah.
will incline his incline his
Yeah,
head.
what about it?
Oh
Sorry.
boy.
It's like
No, I'm not actually saying that.
like
Good, because you escalate that far.
yes,
like,
that's all like Enos will, like nod and it's like, yes, thank you. It was a battle well fought. Enos will do a round of introductions and explain that they are here on behalf of the Countess to hunt these creatures, and hopefully they did not give any trespass by being in the area.
she kind of like tilts her head in a very bird-like way when you explain, and nods along and says, my apologies. You have given your names. We must do the same. I am Occupati. This is Aella and Onemone. She gestures to the 2 behind her.
Mhm.
We are hunters from the Roost, Takethra, which is north of here. It is a... She kind of like pauses, like looking for the right word, and the one who's kind of, like I said, eating the eye candy a little bit is Ayala. The other one is Anemone.
Mhm.
She kind of like titters a little something in Wing and then says in Crownish, "It is nesting season, yes." Occipity just kind of like doesn't really bark. Like she clearly says something like
That's the
curt
equivalent
in
of a
Wing.
face palm.
No, she doesn't say something like, but she says something like curt, like just imagine like a crow or like a hawk just giving a short, sharp like, ah! like that's again, you guys don't speak Wing, but you can guess that last one was probably just the equivalent of like, shut up.
Mhm.
But yes, she says, yes, 'tis the season of our nests, so all hunters have been recalled. So, no trespass, and technically, you have done us a favor. She, again points at the carcass.
You gonna eat that?
No.
Sorry.
She says, first of all, no, that would not. That's a bird of prey. That would be terrible eating.
We can give him the goat.
It's not dead actually yet.
Poor
No, no,
goat.
he's hanging out.
No, like what else are we gonna do with the goat? Bring it back? Hell no. No, they can have the
I'm
fucking
pretty
goat.
sure you guys bought you bought
We-
the
we-
goat. So
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
The goat's gonna have survivor's guilt.
Yeah, no. No, I'm just gonna give him the fucking goat. Unless anyone else has a plan for a goat.
No, that's entirely fair. Give them something to eat.
Okay.
Give us
but
at
like I
least
said,
300.
she points at that one and says, "Though they fly in the sky like us, the winged beasts, what is the word in your language? Monstrum, do not always get along, and it will be a time of winging and flying soon." The more suspicious one, like I said, Anemone, kind of, mutters low and like, just so long it is just the monsters they kill. Except he again kind of just like rustles her feathers threateningly. Nods at Inos because he is doing most of the speaking.
Mhm.
Though since you introduced everybody, I assume with ranks.
Yes.
Yes, she does also make sure to give a respectful, probably more than a nod, like a little bit of like a little bird bow.
Maybe
to
wings
the
out a little
prince.
bit, like little flutter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she said something to him in Wing that again none of you understand, but he seems to. Yes, the prince speaks.
This
a
is
little bit of
the
Wing.
Hot Crown Prince, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
Dallas, since you're back, we didn't get confirmation. How much beauty does Nicola have?
Nicola has beauty 2.
Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
you are
no,
getting some
I
bird
am-
side eye right now.
I don't know how Nicola would handle that.
Well, that's
Sorry, my immediate thought was Nicola would look at them and be like, "Are you twins?"
God damn it.
No, they all
I'm
look
not
very
that
distinct.
fickle.
But yes, she returns and says, "I apologize for my subordinates. As I say, it is the will of." Sorry, I gotta tab back up now. I had to go down to my Dramatis to copy over their names. They're in the Dramatis now.
Rad.
Yay.
Akipati says, "It is the will of the Queen of our roost, Aren, that the nests remain closed in this time. My sisters are." What is the analogy in your language? Cabin fever? I would not know. I have never lived in a cabin.
I believe the term that a lot of we would use is restless.
Ah, yes. Which
Wanderlust,
seems
maybe.
somewhat ironic, as I feel like they are too rested. Isn't that right, Ayala? Ayala just kind of like shrinks back a little, ruffles her feathers a little annoyedly. We heard the gunshots and came. But as you say, made no disturbances, we shall leave you be.
Yes.
If you want to offer the goats.
Yes. So Inos is like, yes, we'll be heading back down the mountain to report our kill. But we do find ourselves at a little bit of what's the word I want to use? Of a conundrum. See, we bought this goat to use as bait, but unfortunately our ambush wasn't as well planned as we took, and we didn't actually need the damn thing. Would you three be interested in having a goat? Call it a token of our new acquaintance.
There's the two backup dancers have a little bit of again a kind of chittery conversation and wing behind, as Akipi just kind of nods, and she'll glide down to surface level. She's probably like half a head taller than Inos.
Mm-hmm.
You know, her like eye level is about where your horns are.
Wait, where is it? Where is it?
It's kind of like, you know,
Wait,
nod
how
and
tall is
say,
Inos?
like average height, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a little above average.
Okay.
Yeah, so she is a notably tall. She kind of, you know, again, tilts and kind of, you know, nods her head in that bird-like manner and says, "Well, our hunters have been sticking close to home, so a tribute is fair for safe passage. A kill for a kill, as they say. If this, you know," she side-eyes the goat a little, "goat is so burdensome to you."
Inos will do, you know, a bit of the dramatic, but oh, very.
I also imagine when you were like, "This goat," I'm like just imagining you do like the sideshow presenter pose.
Flaps goat.
like the camera just ratchets around slightly as you can do the like show left to the goat, who is like just off screen. And yes, and she will turn back to the crown prince and say, in Crownish this time, "When you see her next, give my regards to my sister." Just kind of nods. Of course, man. It's like, and then, so you've given the goat. The goat is no longer your responsibility. If any of you are squeamish, look away. To make it easier to carry, she's just going to use her talons to slit the goat right now. The Harpui are very polite. We are not mincing words.
They're still bird people.
The goat is toast.
We are not mincing words, but they're mincing the goat.
The goat has
I mean,
been
not mincing, but like I said, their hands on their, you know, wing arms end in talons, so she's just gonna like take her thumb and like draw it across its neck.
cool.
Just the goat kind of like.
I'm not gonna. I think Nicola is probably the least squeamish here.
Inos is not squeamish either.
Yes.
You just hear a huh.
Yeah, no, that's probably Inos goes.
You know, she again says something in wing. This sounds like kind of like not quite a prayer, but like, you know, kind of like the, you know, thank you for the meal type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then we'll call down. Yeah, I think Ayala's been the most annoying. She'll call down Ayala to pick up the goat, and just kind of like. Actually, no, it was one quick cut. She probably doesn't even have any blood on her talon. You know, but might you know, do a little bit of a bird wash off in the stream and say, you know, nod again. Thank you for your offering. We shall return. And, you know, just kind of like, again, bird bow, and then just
May you have a
wings
safe.
wide, flap, flap.
May you have a safe journey. Why did I always do this? You infect
Yeah, you're
me
getting
with
a
your
little,
accents.
yeah, they
Could
have,
be
you
worse.
know,
You
like,
could-
I kind of figured like because like I said, they've got kind of like, you know, deep mountain accents. There's like a little bit of Slavic creeping in there, as opposed to like the way I have Kaleno talk, which is like, "Hey, I'm flying here.
I'm flapping here.
I'm walking in.
I got a package. Hey, this one's for use. This one's for use. Oh, we got a wise guy down here." But yes, they take flight and scooch away.
Working as a prostitute is a very legitimate business.
The as I said, the kind of, you know, flirtier bird woman Ayala kind of like shoots Inos a wink as she flies away, but she leaves because she's got to carry a fucking goat in her talons. And there go.
Yeah. For context, because I just said that into the internet, and I don't want people to think things of me. The quote "I'm walking here" is from a movie about male prostitutes.
What was it
Wait
called
now.
again?
It's
Because
on the internet.
And fun fact,
yeah, because
it was an ad lib because a car very nearly hit the guy.
yeah, no, I know the scene you're talking to because they're crossing a street because the one guy's talking to the other guy, but I can't think of the damn movie.
I can't remember.
Rhinestone Cowboy
Yeah,
or Midnight Cowboy. Something Cowboy.
because he hits the hood of the car.
It's a
when he
really
does
good
it.
movie.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
also
'cause
believe
it's
specifically it's
unscripted,
also
and the
because
car almost hit
they
him.
couldn't. They couldn't close traffic because closing traffic in New York City for location shooting is a pain in the ass.
Yeah, no, it was Dustin Hoffman who said it. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. It's just
But,
that
all
movie's
right.
awesome.
I will not make you roll endurance to go downhill. It's easier.
I am still winded.
I will say before you go downhill, you may want to have Nicola roll his healing roll now to bandage you up because once again,
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Oh,
that.
well,
Inos,
for
you have been dripping
you
blood this
and-
entire time.
Yeah, no, I did type it in, but I am gonna drink this healing potion. I did.
Okay, then that
Yeah.
probably staunches your bleeding. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
so that
it's a
would-
whiff 3, so does it convert 3 killing to shock?
Yeah. 3 killing becomes shock.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
3 killing to shock.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically that like staunches your bleeding like magic.
Magic.
Yeah.
You probably still want.
In
like,
that case, I don't think I
bandage
even
over it.
need to roll on Enos because that's all of your killing.
I mean,
right?
he's still got shock. You can heal that. You can attempt to remove.
Okay,
the shock,
I will
believe.
roll for healed. Yeah, no, I'm going to bandage the boys up before they walk.
And Logesh is also a little bloody.
Yeah, I'll do
one
Logesh
killing to
first
the
because
body,
he's more.
3 to the left arm.
Yeah, I will bandage up Logesh first because he is more hurted.
Yeah, no, I only had 2
Um,
killing. Does the extra whiff do anything, or is it just
No, it is sadly lost.
Okay, it's lost.
So I get 5 twos healing Logesh
All right. Well, he's bandaged up. and
because
we'll
I
be
do have a
able to-
master dice in this now.
After he rests, we'll be able to roll to convert the killing to or we'll automatically
Also,
convert. the
I
killing to
forgot
shock.
I'm rolling that wrong because I roll 8 dice now and I just choose one of them.
Yeah.
So yes, I have a master die in healing now.
Yeah.
So
Width is a
uh,
width would
let's-
be better for speed if you want it, but
yeah, let's do 3 4s on Enos.
so you can rapidly just get Enos a clean bandage. He drank a healing potion, so he's not in any immediate danger. If Logesh doesn't have a healing potion to drink right now,
Logesh should have a healing potion.
Does the healing
Yeah.
roll actually remove shock, or I gotta just let that recover?
no, that should remove width and shock.
Well, that's if it was it 4?
Yeah, healing removes shock.
Yeah.
It cannot remove killing.
Well, I think that means
Yeah.
I'm fine because I only had 2 shock in my arm and I had 1 shock on my torso from the exertion earlier.
And I think it's just the when you roll healing because you can only apply it to shock. He can just remove width anywhere, so that can probably even gives you like a little bit of the equivalent of like Vicks vapor or whatever, and can take away the shock from your being
I've
wounded
got-
too.
A 2 with healing potion. Not sure how good that's gonna do.
Will turn 2 of
It
your
turns 2 killing to shock.
shock.
I've got 1 killing and 3 killing in different locations. So
You pick one location to flip. So technically, you could flip the
Yeah,
one
so-
in your torso, but it would probably be more efficient to heal most of your arm damage.
Flip 2 of the killing in your arm.
yeah, I'll just do that.
I imagine that's what Nicola does to Inos, just Mr. Miyagi.
So should I just? Sorry. Should we just say I drank the potion before Nicola did his healing stuff?
Did his roll? Yeah, he would probably tell you to
Yeah.
drink it before he actually.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You didn't bring
Oh,
a
yeah.
Monstrous.
And no one else got injured, right?
I'm
No,
good.
the birds only got 1 attack each, and then they were fucked.
Yeah.
Well, technically, the second bird got a second attack, but it attacked Logesh's head, which is his most protected area.
Ah,
Yep.
The 3 armor actually mattered because it was a 2. Would have clapped you.
Yeah. The fucking 4 and 8 are my most. Actually, no, it's just a 4. The fuck?
It should
Am
be.
I reading this
one of
right?
your-
Oh, 4 and 6.
Yeah, your both your upper arms.
Yeah, those are unprotected. Everything else has armor 3.
yeah.
Basically,
For me, it's,
Logesh is wearing that specific combination of armor so that he's got his big beefy biceps exposed, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yes.
For
and then-
Nicola, everything is armor 3 except his chest, which is armor 1.
All right. So yes, you do have to bandage up Logesh. The healing potion you gave him wasn't quite as spicy as the one you gave Inos, so he actually you have to probably saves him from needing stitches, but will still mean you got to roll him a bandage and take care of it.
If you want to be economical, because I do remember this. Logesh can switch healing potions with Leslok, and Leslok will be completely healed. Because Leslok has a healing potion with 4.
If the Marquess wants to give up his 4,
I can take Logesh's 3.
his
No,
2.
Logesh has a 2.
It was a 2.
I mean that's fine because I'm not. I only had 1 shock from some things. I'm fine.
Well, there goes my entire left arm.
Yeah. Healed.
Oh, you lost your left arm? Wow.
Yeah,
Just
I know
gone.
how it sounded. I don't
Yeah,
care.
converts it all to.
I will just mark
to-
mine as a 2 of healing potion. Just call it.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't mind.
I
His well-being is important.
I do think it's still the way I've reworded it. While you don't have to pick the location, it's still only in one location with the healing potion, but it might be different.
Technically, a healing potion can heal 2 locations, but it needs to be a with 6 healing potion.
Huh?
Like, if it heals more than an area has in total, it will bleed over to torso, but that requires me to roll, the nut.
If they don't have
And
damage
things
from the
don't-
area, the extra width is lost. So no, it's one location only.
Besides, I don't think things ever expect things to go over higher than with 5 or 4.
I don't think they're
Yeah,
going
you
to
can make
expect to go
some
over
stuff
4, honestly.
Little. With
Oh,
master dice and stuff, you might be able to make a 5x. A 6x
Yeah.
would be very rare.
No, I mean,
No,
that
it's
potion was the
the-
best potion Nicola has ever made. I'll just say that.
Yes, but specifically, it does say in the new version, you pick a hit location of your choosing. If there's extra width, it is lost. So yeah, like Inos doesn't get any benefit from the floating width in his for hitting his arm. But if you give a 4 to,
Yeah, I probably should have thought of that since mine was only a 2, but I didn't want to spend forever on healing.
There?
Yeah.
What's the next thing?
all right. So like I said, I will not make you guys roll endurance to hike back downhill. Go back down.
If Inos I will say, now that Inos is her weed and seems that Prince Alias might know, Inos might spend a bit of time in conversation with the Crown Prince about the language of the wing people. And
That's fair.
And probably be mimicking their sounds and muttering to himself the while.
Yes, he and actually, funnily enough, Agave Cheval speak a little bit of wing and can probably, you probably might say on your hike back, "Oh, Prince, I noticed you understand, wing. How does that work?"
Yes.
And can, give you a couple of basics.
All right. Excellent.
Yeah, Agave has 3. Alias has.
Nicola will be listening intently to that conversation with his nosy elf ears.
Yeah, the prince. Technically, Agave speaks it better than the prince. He's only got 2, but he's got slightly more knowledge. Or is she 3? No, she's knowledge 2. Yeah, so they have the same pool, just in different directions. Funny when that works out. But yeah, so yeah, you probably have enough for your next time to put your linguistic die in there.
Yeah. More language.
So you did not spend a hell of a lot of time setting up. So you do probably return about, I would say probably around lunchtime.
Okay, perf.
Because it's about an hour hike up, an hour hike back, and you really did not spend too much time prevaricating and setting up. So probably spent maybe another 45 minutes, an hour on the actual hunt plan.
Nicola
And
will
the
give
shooting
him...
and the screaming and the stuff.
Nicola will be looking extremely pleased with himself. Because this is in fact the first combat Nicola has ever been involved with where he did not get injured. Yay!
You were close.
But
I mean, he was in the
didn't.
danger zone, but like I said, and I'm pretty sure most of you were close enough to see it. He, magically chameleoned himself, so.
Weird.
It worked.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, it is.
But yes, so after report, you're back in. So you've basically got the whole day open. All the same spots are in town. There's the whatchamacallit, the cathedral I mentioned before. There's quite a variety of businesses in town. They do a few things. You've already picked up a decent chunk of your amber and looked at a few of those, so probably not looking around too much. But there's cafes and a few other places you can acquire. You've already, I think, stocked up on your food souvenirs, though.
Yeah, we got what, smoked sausages here?
Yes.
Yeah, I already got mine.
Sausages, got a couple of different.
How many hours do we have till the dinner hour?
Stuff. If it's like noon, probably honestly like 6 or 7. You got the whole afternoon before you.
I'll arrive a little fashionably late to dinner then. I'm gonna cast Gemstone Soul.
All right.
So Inos will. Are we staying overnight? Yeah, we're staying overnight.
Yeah, you're staying one more night, and you're gonna depart in the morning.
No, well, actually, is there any like workshops or workrooms in the? What are we staying in? The keep, the castle?
Yeah, you're staying in the castle. Yes, there'd be space.
Yeah, no, he'll go ask to borrow a workshop for the afternoon and evening.
There's probably some space in the castle you can use.
Yep,
yes. And there's also a few smithies and stuff in town.
But Enos will get to work. His door will remain open. But
right.
I will work on the turning the regular amber into a ring.
Clothing, there's leathers if you need them. There are a couple of pharmacies and chemists.
Omega, I had a question.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Wow.
not very familiar with medical technology around this time period. Is this within the time period where amputation surgeries are safe if done in a sterile environment?
We didn't understand sterile environments until fucking early World War One.
I mean, there's some like basic surgical sterility, but I mean, you guys probably understand the idea of clean wounds need to be clean. But like this is still like Napoleonic War, like pre-Civil War medicine. So like amputation, you probably have down to like a science, but it can be a very risky process if done in the field. The problem is that your equivalent of a sterile environment would be like a hospital, a hall of healing, a church.
Well, that's what I mean. If it's done not in the field, is it safe?
I mean, relatively. Like, you still have to, like...
Okay.
Again, you guys probably, like, understand a little bit about, like, well, if you make sure your scalpels and bone saws are, like, cleaned in boiled water ahead of time, your success rate is higher.
Okay.
We're kind of... I actually describe it a little, and I think there's a... Because there's actually a Veiler spell to, like, detect if people are sick.
I was curious if, like, does Panacea cure infection?
Does it say it cures disease?
If it says it cures disease, well, that's dependent. Once again, it depends on what Omega means by disease, because disease could technically mean one of two things, and one way it does cure disease, the other way it doesn't.
I mean, if it says it cures disease with like a capital D, I think the rules would mean that as, infectious diseases.
Okay, so because it depends if it cures viral infections or bacterial infections.
It's magic, so it doesn't care.
Oh, fair enough.
There's no difference to magic.
It's a panacea. It is magical.
Okay.
But let me.
So I won't die from doing amputational surgery for cosmetic reasons.
To set up your prosthetic better, no.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure
Panacea
I
will
won't
cure
risk
you of
my
any poison or drug or any disease. So yeah, you can panacea.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just prepare a panacea just in case.
So if I make a wood aspect a ring, that'll be 10 gobble die against what effects? So like poison effects, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You've made an actual item that cures you. What's up, Dallas?
I forgot to roll for my Orienir.
Oh yeah, you didn't give any orders. He just kind of stood around.
It was there. You weren't in danger. You weren't in direct danger.
So yeah.
Yeah,
You probably
I guess
didn't
that
feel
makes
compelled
sense.
to act. It
Alright,
happens. You guys have a lot of followers and stuff.
He has such a ridiculous pool that I'm like, sad.
Alright, I still need to spend some time to make the lightning aspect, or not the aether aspected ring, but that can wait.
But yes,
later.
to put a knot on it, because I was talking about that one Veilcraft spell. Troykuron has a miasma theory. You're not quite on germ theory, but you guys are at a point where you understand stagnant water, stagnant air. You know, if you get like dirt and especially like rot in a wound, that's bad. That generates, illness, which is a thing that gets inside your body and can be like detected and is removed by effects like panaceas and also certain medicinal herbs. So yeah, you would.
I'll just take a panacea afterwards. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Clean
It's
environment.
weird to say this, but it's almost like, I mean, because of how curses are a thing, miasma's a real thing sometimes. But that's complicated.
Well, I mean, if you use the spell, you would see like illness or disease or infectious material, like something toxic, as like actually literally miasmatic, which is again probably like it's that funny thing of like how sorcery bleeds up, because of the way the fact that the panacea is a thing. You guys understand that like how there are infectious diseases versus like chronic or what's the word, congenital conditions. Like I don't think a panacea helps if you were born with a heart defect or something, or like the equivalent of like sickle cell anemia.
It's one of the reasons I'm like, I have my arm, is it is a congenital infection, not a
Yeah, you were born that way, so healing cannot cause your body to correct itself.
Yeah.
That way anyway.
I would assume sorcery sees the foreign stuff and was like, hey, that's not supposed to be there, fix it.
Yeah, basically. Because there's, I guess if we want to talk like philosophy, I guess the ideal way like sorcery understands it is healing magic is basically being like, okay, so there is a natural order of things. There is about the Trinity, the balance between mind, body, and soul. So if your body is damaged or something foreign has entered your body, like a plague or whatever, the natural order is that gets out. If you've just you were born with a club foot or a bad arm, that is the natural order of your body, and it's a lot harder for sorcery to fix it. And also, if you lose your limb through warfare, it's a lot harder to fix that, but that's because of the sorceress equivalent of conservation of matter. It's real hard to build a whole new arm out of nothing. There's a lot of complex moving parts.
Oh, it's an alchemy thing.
Bones and muscles and tendons.
Why I'm intending to use science.
Like the one I think spell that outright replaces a lost limb that you guys know is Lifeless Limb, which is just, hey, we're just gonna build a model arm that moves mechanically like an arm. Magic to make it move. There you go.
Well, theoretically, you could do that with literally any part of your body except for one.
Ironically, there's a spell that lets your head live from your body, but that's a soulcraft thing.
Well,
it kind of does. I don't think you'd last very long that way, but
sure, it's only like 5 minutes.
I was just saying your brain is the only part of your body you can't replace.
Fair.
Anyway, dinner time. Unless anyone else has anything they want to do.
Yeah, I'm about to say, does anybody have anything else they want to do in?
Nope.
We're in Crown territory now, right?
Yes.
Then no, it wouldn't make sense to buy a gift for someone who lives in Crown, so.
All right. Okay, well, it sounds like we're good to fast forward.
Well,
Yep.
Well, was there any like ceremony or hoopla when we brought the bird? Are we waiting to present that at dinner or something?
Actually no. There probably is a little bit of like get a big welcome when you come back, and like the recovered Warhawk is presented to Dame Emmeline as a as the prize, and she'll accept it.
Okay.
Probably a little bit of formal thanks and stuff.
Cool.
And I think all of the rest, like player character wise, all the rest of you should, if you care about such things, should jot down that you've got at least one Warhawk feather from the other one.
I'm gonna say yeah, fair. So I'm gonna probably use that for some later.
Like if you want to use it for like any magical shenaniganery, it's pretty cool. If you want to just put it in your hat, it's also kind of a bold statement.
I want to use it as an. Never mind. We'll worry about it later.
Do
I have
I
one
want
question,
to
actually,
accept?
Omega.
I'm gonna be real, guys. I really don't feel like I did a lot that fight.
I don't feel like I did that much
You did more
either.
than me. All I did.
You know what
was,
I did? I got hit.
Yeah, that means
I
you were
yelled
that means you're the bait.
You're the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You literally negated the
Yeah,
damage.
I got attacked as well, but I was my job was to lock down a bird. I didn't get that chance, so no. Enos will not take a feather. He'll not elaborate on it though.
Nicola will accept a feather, but purely for scientific purposes, because monstrum parts.
Yeah, it's you've probably looked at bird feathers before for engineering purposes, Nicola. This is a big feather. It is bigger, sturdier, more vibrant.
I'm gonna put this in a jar somewhere.
Gonna gently pin it to a cork board.
Ease. I'm gonna put it with the tooth I still have from the ward we exploded.
Hey, you got some more teeth. It's okay. You guys will have plenty of chances to pick up weird random monster bits if you want to do some fucking science. But yes, there's, like I said, a little bit of ceremony. You guys are a little
Okay.
Like I said, you guys, I do not tell you how to feel as characters. So you guys, feel free to react any way you do. To the general public of like the knights and nobles at Castle Wolfitrude, anybody who goes out on a monstrum hunting party and comes back like 90% of the way intact, Inos and Logesh just lost a little bit of skin and blood overall. That's a win for everybody. You guys have been on a few more dedicated monstrum hunts. It's more frequent in North. You guys may not feel quite so
Yeah.
like relieved.
Yeah.
Your lamplighter's reaction is definitely more of like the kind of professional, like, okay, nobody's dead, everything went to plan. Nobody freaked out.
That is exactly Nicola's reaction. Is like, no one's dead, good day.
Yeah. But they won't go so far as to like hoist anybody up on their shoulders or anything. You get some arm clasps and congratulations. A few stern back pats that probably rattle Enos' shoulder bones a little when he gets a couple. Because I think you are.
Nicola will be sheepish, but smile kind of.
Nicola, you probably don't get pats on the back because you're a doctor, but probably get slightly painful shoulder squeeze.
Hey, I'll take it.
It's the shoulder of the arm you're missing.
I still have the shoulder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've got the shoulder.
I technically still have the arm. It's just useless.
It's all like.
But
Like
yes,
a wee baby
so if
arm.
nobody has any big afternoon
Kind of
plans, we can
basically.
jump to dinner. As mentioned, this is a slightly more formal than your last one, but still like very big celebratory tone. Again, this dinner especially reminds you of feasts back home, like when you guys, or even the generation of your parents and elders come back. It's like that kind of tone of like, all right, monsters are dead, no humans are dead, what happened to the goat we don't ask.
Workout. There was never
I mean,
a
if
goat.
there's an opportunity, Enos is going to storytell, and he is going to embellish like a motherfucker.
I'm
Absolutely,
curious
there will be
now.
opportunity for that. Like I said, technically, you guys should be dressed formally. The general tone is, like I said, celebratory. Most people are not standing on ceremony. Like, you guys will be like eating probably when you sit down to eat your courses at the high table, but there will be plenty of time for you guys to like circulate among the lower tables, kind of like mingle in the corners or at like some benches to the side of the main hall and tell stories. And the locals will be ready to hear stories. Enos, if you are like doing your embellishments with, say, a wine goblet or a tankard of ale in your hand, you are going to find that shit filled up every time you look. Like, that kind of stuff. You know.
That is 2D. That's 2 9s on my perform theater to ham it fucking up with the storytelling.
Absolutely, yes.
Ham it up.
You can probably include the version where so I wrote as an optional, if I needed to spice up the threat, they could have threat 1 unworthy, like, normal birds with them. I figured since you guys got counter ambushed, we didn't need that extra difficulty. So that's probably the version that Enos tells it of, like, they had a swarm of evil birds with them.
Yes, no, we weren't totally like ambushed. No, Logesh was totally just
Overrun.
poised there, ready to take the first hit.
They had
You know.
goons.
You know, fucking Leslok was bathed in holy light as he gave orders to the men to rain hellfire upon the surviving bird.
Sunlight.
His fucking eyes shined like the heavens.
Like
Nicola,
fucking
how would you describe
agave
your
cheval
contributions?
threaded the bullet between 7 trees, a mountain, and still struck the bird dead on.
Nicola, what were your contributions? Yeet.
And so, like, the birds knew not the fucking storm of knives that fell upon them, thrown from the good doctor's hand. Each shot.
And I assume that in this version, like, the Crown Prince is just standing at the back of the crew, like, posing heroically, you know?
And the Crown Prince, he not do the thing, for he had full confidence in his subjects and knew that they would win the day.
At that, he probably does, like, come up behind you and, like, clasp you on the shoulder and says, he's right, you know.
I'm sorry, unfortunately, if Alias does that, fuck him. I'm gonna say 3 cheers for the fucking prince then.
Jesus.
He will,
Shut up.
slightly bemusedly, but he will accept a round of huzzas.
Yeah.
So, a dinner. Main course, spit roasted pork.
Nice.
Seasoned
Wonderful.
with onions, black pepper, and cloves. And at your choice, you can include a kind of spicy sauce, which is called Lord sauce, because it's expensive. It's made with black pepper, spice bark, cloves, ginger, cardamom, etc.
Ooh, that does sound spice.
That's
Like
amazing.
it's got a little bit of real kick to it.
Yeah.
You guys haven't discovered the jalapeno style pepper, the New World peppers, but
I'm
you should
so
have a few
sad
of those.
about that.
No, I listen. That in the sequel series, Nicola can make pepper spray.
Nah, Nicola is going to fucking breed fucking ghost peppers.
You would, you animal.
Yeah, I would say he would.
Anyway, you said there was an option. Was there something
I
else?
call
besides
this one the Nolan Reaper.
Yeah, you can get the if you want the. They're not forcing anybody to eat the pork with the sauce, but
Nah, I'm going with pork
you
and
can
sauce,
throw
baby.
that on there.
Yeah.
Sides
So
can
some
include,
butter.
roasted root vegetables, fried spinach with bacon.
Ooh.
There's also a trick, which is this recipe I found through researching is called roasted milk, but it's cheese which is literally grilled.
Ooh.
Basically, you skim milk fat, you start it on the process to becoming cheese, and then you throw it on a grill.
Oh, I've seen that stuff.
Yeah, so it's like literally cheese which is grilled and seasoned.
Oh, excuse me.
Sides of boiled eggs as well. Normally, you can have they can have normal green salads, but there's also fried onion salad, chopped and fried onions, which are seasoned with sugar and raisins. So it's kind of like a sweet and savory kind of taste. You might also be able to have a salad with sliced cucumber.
Cucumber.
And there will be little like pocket pastries of for other entrees would be little pocket pastries of salmon and chicken, fish and poultry. Kind of like a little bread pocket.
Nice.
A hypothetical pocket which is hot. And for dessert, obviously your traditional apple turnovers.
Ooh.
Or fried and battered apples. Which, yes, that's again did some historical cooking genres. That's the thing you could do. You just put the apple in a little bit of flour and you just stick it in the fryer. Fried apples.
And that doesn't sound as good. I'll do turnovers.
There is also a dessert which is called Schnee. Literally, it's the German word for snow. So you get a slice of bread. You whip heavy cream upon it, and you sprinkle it with sugar. So it's just bread topped with whipped cream and sugar, which is like probably not very filling, but would be like super decadent. So yes, lots of good eats. Lots of celebration. Other than Inos and his storytelling, anything particular any of the rest of you want to cover at dinner? Sounds like no.
Yep, I said in chat what I was doing.
Kind of just eating.
Well, you'll have to whip out Quattrum after dinner, but yeah, you're eating up, you're having fun.
Yeah.
I will say it's probably brief unless you guys want to make turn into a longer conversation. But I will say, because I've mentioned this before, at dinner or around there, I don't know if she would necessarily strike up a conversation specifically with Nicola, but more at Nicola. But Nerissa will actually remark about Nicola's very adroit skill with multiple varieties of medicine, because you not only did you provide healing potions, including to her, you passed her some potions, which she will probably return to the group after the hunt, unless you're like, oh no, keep it, it's a gift.
Oh no, I'll definitely let her keep the healing potion. I can make those pretty easily, so I want her to have it. I'd probably take the stone skin one back though, because I do kind of need that one.
Yeah, those are a little more tough to make, but yeah. But also you bandaged and cleaned and everything also on like normal medicine and stuff as well. So like she will bring up to the guests and compliment your skills as a court physician.
Nicola will be extremely grateful and answer definitely any questions asked, and be like, yeah, well, I have a lot of family who have hobbies, so it's always good to be prepared.
Probably asks basic questions, possibly in a slightly leading way, for like I said, because there's other nobles and officials up at the table where you guys are dining. Like your qualifications, your areas of study. So you studied at the Royal Society in Lampclair, you studied at the Alchemical College, etc. So kind of cover those basics.
No, he will be glad to go in there, if not a little bashful, but he's not going to. It's there's two wars currently inside of Nicola. The need to downplay his own accomplishments is fighting with the need to not embarrass Nerissa or make her feel like she's doing something bad. So I can't downplay my own accomplishments. It's very difficult.
Well, just be straightforward with it, and
I will. Yes, Nicola will be as factual as possible.
Yes. Nerissa is definitely the kind of person where if she picks up on this like inner conflict, you do not notice. She is definitely the kind to go straight ahead and be like, no, like
Stop that.
Very again, her best like social skills are in both graces and lie. She's not lying right now, in case you're curious, but she, you know, offers her compliments in like the most, you know, politest and correct terms. So it's really hard for Nicola to dodge them, you know. Like
Yes.
she has like pre-humblified her compliments, you know, like she's asking, you know, oh, where did you study? Who were your teachers? You know, so you can kind of like pass the buck up, but still have to admit you know, you have fairly high qualifications for your position.
No, Nicola will eventually probably be less dodgy as this goes, because yeah, yeah. But no, he'll talk about himself a little bit. As long as she doesn't bring up the camo stuff, that's fine.
Well, I just mentioned that her sense skills are not the most diverse in the world, so she probably didn't notice.
That's fine. I just don't want to have to.
Sense 2. Her sense skills are Direction 1, Sight 1. So I do not think she would beat your 2 10s to make yourself invisible. She just thought you were exceptionally sneaky.
No, that's fine.
And I will say, while she probably wouldn't mind sneaking in a couple of like, not backhanded, but like subtle compliments about the fact that you are probably the best knife thrower she's ever seen. That is not the focus of it. Is like you know, because that would be weird at the dinner table to be like, also you throw knives like, you know, a circus performer. You know, that doesn't work.
That was such a low shot.
I had the same thought, Lucky. No, it's
You pitch it that slow and easy.
Look, anyone who goes to the Royal College of Alchemy learns the way of the yeet.
Yeet.
I mean, it is true. It is like they're if you are not going to go through the great work and become attuned, it is your primary way of attacking is you make grenades or instantly create knives to throw.
And honestly, even if you are attuned, a lot of the attuned attack spells require it is very alchemical in that they require sacrifice.
Energy got to come from somewhere. But yes, anybody other out there, and also, by the way, if Leslok is keeping track, that probably counts for the having a genuine moment between Nicola and Nerissa, and that one you didn't even have to set up.
Yeah,
she just went for it.
All right.
Honestly, I think I said last session that like Nerissa has probably wanted to have a little bit of a conversation with Nicola about like his, you know, duties and capabilities, but it got pushed back this far that now it's like she's not like grilling him. She's much more like, hey, you're pretty good at this.
Yeah.
No, I'll probably explain. I probably won't go into the whole story, but I'll just explain. Like, I feel the need to be thorough. So when I saw the Alchemical College during our first, what was that thing called again? Rights of the Dragon. I knew that I needed to do this as well as continue my work on the surgery.
I just realized when we were back at what was the Dragon Keep called again? Whirlwind. There was a dude from the Alchemical College there. I could have been like, hey, do you know anything about that dragon that went to the college? And I didn't even fucking think about it.
Yeah, you guys didn't really talk to that guy.
No. I just thought about that.
I don't remember that guy.
Might have been that dragon.
Fucking stupid.
Is he in the? I think I had it in with the Dramatis.
Yeah, no, because he was there along with the Inquisitor duo. He was just there to check something. No one interacted with him because I didn't think about it. But when Omega said, "Oh yeah, no, there was like maybe a dragon that attended the cook," I should have turned to the guy who went to the chemical college, not Nicola, and said, "Hey, what do you know about dragons out of chemical colleges?" I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
It was literally a missed opportunity. Yes, that's why that character was there. But instead, that character will remember you guys as, you know, polite and not getting in the way of his research. But you missed a chance to ask a guy about some stuff.
Yes.
Okay, I gave him the secret alchemist handshake.
Yeah, I know, but like,
And then moved on.
I'm sorry. I know it's like out of nowhere, but you just meant like right at the dragon. I just went, just synapses just fired.
it happens. Listen, there's a lot of characters, and sometimes you guys are thinking of things like I said. That what we got instead was Inos had a very interesting conversation with an Inquisitor instead,
That's true.
and nobody really paid Magister Akato any heed. All right. Well, if none of you have any more dinner or evening thoughts for this time, you got most of a. Actually, no. I think it has to be a day after you exerted yourself, so you guys can't roll to flip your own. Actually, should I let you roll vigor to heal your killing? I don't think today was technically particularly restful, all things considered, even if you had a lot of time after. Because
we had to climb up a mountain and climb down a mountain.
Yeah, you started the day with strenuous activity, even if most of your injuries were after that.
Tomorrow's progress.
You'll probably want to clock in your rest tomorrow. If you have those of you who have happen to have shock damage left over from the hike, you can roll body plus vigor after your night's rest to remove wits and shock damage. And actually, that works for Inos as well because you converted. You all converted shock, I should say.
If I remember correctly, I think Nicola got rid of all my shock because then he rolled like with 4.
I think he did because he had a shitload of wits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I only had 3 total, and I think he rolled like what? 4?
I think Logesh should have 2 shock left.
Yeah, you did because you just rolled to bandage up his killing, so you can roll body plus vigor to remove shock from a night's rest. And Nicola, I think you failed your hiking roll, so you should roll to get rid of that.
Funny enough, I have a very good vigor pool.
Or actually, does it go? Let me double check since I'm in combat. Does it go away automatically if it's shock? I think it's only when you end the combat it goes.
Well, hopefully I can finally get rid of this body damage.
Hopefully.
What kind was the card?
That's the wrong channel.
We said like it wasn't like an.
It is the wrong
card,
channel.
But it was like a.
I put it in webvid.
Kind of like a military cart, like a supply type cart.
Yeah. Will that be able to fit on the Seawolf? Or are we gonna have to send that back to Stonehearth? Not Stonehearth.
It will fit on the Seawolf if you probably you take the wheel.
Would someone with powers be able to delete the dice bot message in webvid?
Yeah, sure. Let me get it. Hold on. Webvid.
Thank you.
The fuck is webvid again? There we go.
No, yeah, we take off the wheels and
successfully remove damage points equal to the width of their roll from whichever locations the healer wishes. And it says locations, so yeah. Inos is fully cured. Rest and relaxation. Every time your character awakens for a good night's rest, roll body plus vigor. If you succeed, you remove a number of shock equal to the width. So it looks like Nicola still has his shock.
Despite having a good vigor score, I rolled like shit, so...
Well, your body is still only like 2 or 3, so...
Yeah, my body is 2.
So I'm finally done with all my killing and shock?
No, this is just for shock. You do not convert killing tonight because you did not get a full day of rest.
Damn it!
How much killing do you have left?
1!
One, okay.
He needs like one more good day of rest.
You could look at it like this. She really left her mark on you.
Yeah, she did.
It's okay. We in the biz calls this character development.
You started saying the joke, Dallas. I immediately knew what it was.
Ainara Espada will, no matter what, have stop thrust the next time you meet her. In like 6 months.
2 7s.
All right. Before we
Stop doing this.
I might be dyslexic. I don't know.
It's okay. I'm fading. I'm like struggling to keep my eyes open.
We'll be going for 2.5 hours. I don't know how much you would have focused on the next one. We did start a little late. Actually, it's like 20 to midnight. I'm going to take a break no matter what. So I'm going to pause it and step away. When we come back, I'm ready to transition us to the next township.
Yeah. I'm hitting the pause button now. Yeah, no, if we get like another half hour, that'll put us like 3 hours.
Yeah. Sorry, I also resumed audio, but then I had to fight another yawn that creeped up on me. It was silent at least.
Ah, my eyes! What the fuck?
He's got the eye problem. I've been sitting in this chair too long.
Probably because I'm staring at my screen.
To contextualize this chat, we have been gaming for
Yeah.
been tabletop gaming for what will be about 3 hours after playing Vintage Story for like another
4
3 or
hours.
4 hours or more.
Yeah.
So
I do not have that excuse.
yeah,
This
you were out of town, but
this was coupled with me trying to wake up early, run to the shops, despite it being a public holiday, and join everyone else for Vintage Story. By the way, happy Australia Day, everyone.
Happy Australia Day, Loth.
Yeah, so
Hey,
it's
ha-
we're
happy
having a weird
Australia
time with
Day.
our scheduling, but you guys have rolled to heal. You are awakening. You will be bundled back into your
Or crack a
vehicles.
can of Foster's.
So you guys are
They
heading
would never
to
find
the
your body.
township of sorry, I instantly thought of the Monty Python skit, the Australian philosophers. We find you'll be in America a little bit like making love in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. And when they do that bit, by the way, at when they did their live show at the Hollywood Bowl, they had a cooler and were throwing cans of Foster's into the live audience.
Okay, that's great.
No, the Pythons are great. Watch live at the Hollywood Bowl if you never have. It's phenomenal. Anyway, so you are going to Highbower. The township of Highbower is on the western edge of Crown. It borders the Viridian territory across the river. There is not a river crossing. No bridge is built at that particular point, though there will be other crossings. So it's in a wooded valley below the Medius Mountains. By horse and by carriage, it will take you probably about 4 or 5 hours to get there, so
Okay.
most of the morning.
Okay.
Because you will not be going at a fast pace because you do have to take mountain roads and then go downhill.
Okay.
So moving in slightly narrower ranks.
Like high and arrow, because I do think I need to have a word with Leslok, and maybe rope in Kepis with it.
Okay.
So you guys can bundle in the carriage a little bit, or can fit on horseback. Though I will warn you, like I said, some of those roads are a little narrow. You can't probably go more than 2 horsemen abreast.
I mean, I'll just
That's
hang on the
being
side of the
moved.
carriage. Maybe talking. I don't know what's your
I'm
right.
taking a horse.
Like what are you doing? Horseback or?
I'm taking a horse.
Okay. Is Kepis riding the carriage? Or what's Kepis doing?
I'm pretty sure Kevis probably has to hitch a carriage. Like, he can go horseback, but I do not expect that he's super good at it. Let me check his stat block. No, it's your Dramatis. Where's my Dramatis?
Nicola out of the carriage yet?
It's ready. I mean, do you... Yeah, you have a horse. You can go. Yes, Kevis has Coordinate 3, no ride. So for the mountain trip, he should probably be in the carriage.
All right. Well, maybe.
He can sit on top and take in the view, though.
Yeah, he can sit on top, and we can me and Leslok can ride behind the carriage if that's. But Inos will pull his horse up beside Leslok and be like, "Cuz, what are your plans? What are your plans for the trip back to Teine? We plan on making any stops, staying over anywhere, hanging out in any locations?"
Well, we are going to stop by Trone just because we don't want to take the whole way at once.
Good. Actually, I was hoping we can maybe have a bit of a extended stay at Trone. I think there's quite a few things we need to do there, and I don't think we'll be able to get it done in a few hours.
What do you have in mind?
Well, for one... Hang on, let me pull up my fucking notes here.
Pulls out a giant list.
It's not necessarily a giant list. Personally, I would
There's a
like...
list.
Personally, I would like to go visit Astrakan Hill and do some research there. Speaking to the Inquisitors back in Wilhelm Keep got me wondering about, saints of my goddess, and I want to see what men have to say about them.
But not just that. You do remember that your father had some companions, right?
Yes. Let's see. Priest.
The
I was like, would know their names.
yes,
I'm-
it's
I believe all the past characters are under the section titled "The Journals
yes,
of Leaf."
no, Sister
Sister
Verity.
Mercedes.
Yes, abbess of the Cygnus Lake Convent.
Oh, that's my aunt. My
Ru-
father's second eldest sister.
Really?
Kefis from the chart. Oh yes.
I'm glad I included Kefis in this. It's like, yes, apparently she was a traveling companion of my cuz here, and we've never actually had the opportunity to talk. It's like, I think it'd
Yes,
be
I do believe before she took her position as abbess, oh gosh, I forgot. Mercedes is her first name, I think, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
Mercedes
Aunt
first.
Mercedes was because it's got Mercy in it. I know how I pick my names. Yes. Aunt Mercedes was she was a hospitaller, so she, along with many members of the family, would travel across Troikaron, offering alms, healing. Going where they are needed to help the poor and the downtrodden, that sort of thing.
I can totally
I
see
do not
Kefis.
recall her specifically talking about any. How did you phrase it? Adventures with the Marquess Logi? Well, just Lordship Logi at the time, I suppose. But that does kind of sound like her.
Yes. Actually, since you know, Kefis, about how far inland is the Cygnus Lake Convent? Would you know?
Oh, well, not too far. Cygnus Lake is the major lake that house. Oh God, I'm forgetting which one they were. It's not Martlet, it's the other one. Oh, it's Pale. That's right. Yes. It's a little confusing because the town is called Longerin Lake, but the name of the formal lake is Cygnus Lake.
Oh, lovely.
It's a language thing about swans, I think. There are swans on the lake, but anyway, sorry, I'm being distracted. No. The convent is not in the township, but it's on the same lake, so it's all right there in House Pale territory. That's probably no farther inland than the, he gestures at the road stretching out in front of you, than we are taking now. Shorter even if you were to dock at the at House Pale's port of call. He would say a name for that. I don't think I'd have to double check my notes if I wrote down what the name of their House Pale would have some coastal holdings. I do not know what they're called off the top of my head, but Kefis would know. I can let you guys know later.
Mm-hmm.
That would technically be the shorter trip inland as well if you wish to go to the Astrakhan Hill opposite Mount Trone. Kefis just kind of paused and strokes his chin a little, gives Inos kind of a probably the most appraising look you've ever seen out of Kefis Verity. Inos,
Mm-hmm.
he's doing the fucking math in his brain right now and says, strictly speaking, I do not think we have many visitors of any of the kindred, honestly, to the hill. But as well, I don't have to tell you, you are well aware that your people do not like boats. Or sea travel, I should say. But
Boats are perfectly fine when they're docked.
yeah, I'm about to say. And honestly, your people are probably okay with rivers and lakes, hypothetically. But he strokes his chin, kind of readjusts his scarf a little and says, "But you are, well, a somewhat ranked sorcerer. I would not. You would not normally consider yourself to be a religious expert of your people." You can tell that he's leaning there, a little bit sideways, cunning, Kefis is inviting you to have the opportunity to massage the truth.
It's like, I'll have you know, I am quite well versed in my people's rites and rituals regarding the silent goddess. Perhaps a little bit more so than
Yes, he will massage the truth because Inos is religious. He just doesn't really study it over much, so he probably does know more about. Excuse me, soda.
Well, I out of character, the angle you could take here that I was thinking about is it would probably be good for Enos to mention your mother is a member of the Circle of Heresy, which is your religious order. So
yes, no, yes,
Enos, a religious family.
Yes, Enos will mention that and say he is well learned in such things. Yes.
Yeah. Kefis, having some pretty broad scholarly skills, is like, well, I understand that your people's knowledge is not necessarily passed strictly along familial lines. It's probably close enough that I doubt any of the high-ranking clerical members of the Astrakhan Hill will be able to tell the difference. He kind of, includes both Leslok and Inos in an aside. Not that I expect both of you are very familiar with the inner workings of the Church of the Seven's politics, but mostly monastic and clerical orders associated with the other throne gods besides the Crowned Sun are not ranked in the full clerical matters. They are, as I said, monastic orders, clerical orders. They are respected priests, but they are not part of the strict hierarchy of the church. I do not think we have any clerical orders of... Well, inside Astrakhan Hill, certainly none not dedicated to Hydrus, but not even within the city of Duodecim itself. He kind of pauses and strokes his chin a little and says, "Actually, no, that's probably not quite true. I think there are some, as you've seen in Lampclaw as well, I'm sure, Master Enos, there are some silent penitent orders. They do tend to congregate wherever alms the church, simply because it is easier to make penance."
Bless you.
Jeez.
Bless you.
My bodily functions.
We all been sneezy.
Yeah.
But yes, the bishops and the clerical council are not integrated with any of the other faiths. And this I know you know as well, but on the off chance that you, Enos, do not understand this relationship, while the arm of the Church's Holy Inquisitorius is authorized by the official terms and charters of the Church to investigate all forms of wayward sorcery, heresy, and maleficarum, the art of soul crafting and enchanting is widely considered by the greater clergy to be quite well self-policed by the Order of the Silver Tower and the Iron Demons themselves. So I do not think there are any experts in soul crafting and residents at the Astrakhan Hill.
Well,
But that does mean that your knowledge and talents would certainly be unusual, would probably draw attention. He looks at you over his glasses a little, and says, "Not that you're not used to drawing attention where you go, for a variety of reasons."
I feel like there would be something wrong if I wasn't.
Of course. Well, we can't all be wallflowers and bookworms. Kefis, gestures at himself. Keeping in mind, I've described he is currently wearing a slightly, shabby, like I don't really know if you can call a woolen scarf lumpy, but like a slightly misstitched woolen scarf that is like dyed in a handful of like pastel colors.
Enos will definitely remark dryly. No, yes, because wallflowers and bookworms are quite adept at throwing down with local thugs and ruffians and busting up crime rings.
Well, we all need hobbies. Listen, I'm very likely to be disinherited one day. I've got to find something with my time.
I'm sorry, Enos cannot help it, just quickly looks at, just I slide over to Leslok.
Look,
Yeah, that's the hobby he's getting into.
I feel like he's stealing my shtick, and I don't like it.
That's my shtick.
Well, no, because you became a sorcerer doctor, and Kev's Verity is going to invent the field of forensics.
Forensics. I think yes.
Yeah, he's gonna develop the deductive method.
And I'm probably going to be his patron, so that's how it works out.
Well, as I was saying,
Sugar Daddy.
Get out of my court.
I've actually felt awful saying.
yeah, you should.
Kev's Verity reaches over and throws you from the carriage into the
Over the cliff. But
So let me get back in here.
But yes. But like on top of that, I would like to definitely visit young lady Alphen. When we were there last, they were talking about how ships were foundering. I want to make sure she's been getting on all right. So between Astrakhan Hill, visiting the convent, actually, will there actually be any problems in visiting Astrakhan Hill or the convent? Are there any procedures we have to go through?
As I said, for Astrakhan Hill, it is unusual, but at the very least, they should not be able to deny your entrance upon, as I said, several merits. We may need to field some awkward questions, but I'm certain it would be allowable, especially if, as you say, he gestures, the Marquess were to make a visit. I think it has been... Like you can see, Kefis does not have like Leslok's perfect photographic memory, so he has to actually pause and think and roll back his mental Rolodex. I actually think it has been several decades since the Marquess Logi has visited Astrakhan Hill.
Make a show of it.
Probably since your grandfather, which would be 4 Marquesses ago, if we're counting.
On practicality, yes, you're right.
I am quite good at arithmetic.
Technicality, that's just succession.
But yes, and I do believe that you are about the bishopric of Teine is due to receive a new high bishop. Actually,
Yes.
that would be an officer who would be. Assuming there's no interference with the position, would be ranked a cardinal, a member of the clerical council. Should be the
Did you
pontifex.
decide on my cousin yet? Or we gonna still decide?
Wait, what's up?
You guys don't know. You guys don't know who picked. Leslok wrote the Dragon Pope a letter. You guys have been out of that circle.
Right.
So technically, what Kefis is saying is your first chance to find out who the pontifex picked would be if you guys want to just go straight to Astrakhan Hill.
Yes, we
that
might
does
actually
work.
make a few days there then, so yeah.
Kefis kind of sighs and scratches his temple and says, Father will probably be a little cross with me if I spring a state visit on him, but among many things, my father is always one to stand upon ceremony. If you were to formally appear as guests of the Duchy of Throne, the Duke would have no choice but to accept you as his guests. Brotherhood of the blood and all that stuff. All united under the crown.
We're all friends of the king here.
Indeed, you are all peers of the king, and also, Kefis does again kind of do a nod to Inos. If you've never picked up on this, Inos, mankind, and especially those of us under the gentle influencing arms of the church, there's supposed to be a whole brotherhood among men thing we've got going on. Not every member of my family has always played that one to the most generous interpretation of scripture, but as I said, my father certainly I should not say loves, but he will stand on ceremony. Visiting the Astrakhan Hill should be no problem. Entering the convent is one of those things that I would say even the Lord Marquess could not just command to happen. But as you say, the abbess is my aunt, and if she is an old family friend, securing her invitation onto the premises should not be difficult.
I was thinking something that matter we'd have to do.
Yeah, so cuz I say we. Well, what was the port that we went to originally? Was it lit? No, was it Candlekeep Quay?
Yeah,
Something involving Quay.
Quay.
Saints Quay. Yes.
Saints Quay. I don't know why I say Candlekeep.
You're thinking of that creepypasta.
Yeah, but Saints Quay. So if we put in port at the Pales port, I don't know what the fuck it's called.
It'll probably be a something involving the language of like birds or swans specifically or something. They've kind of got a theme. I'll figure it out. Basically, if you put in on the port that's on the eastern side of the island rather than the western, closer to Milieu, you'll have a short trip up to the mountains.
Yeah, but then we can visit the convent, visit Astrakhan Hill. I don't know where Senna Alphen will be, though, unfortunately.
Oh, Alphen lands are the southeastern side of the island. It'll be a little bit further to go past, but should not be difficult to travel. This is assuming that she's not actually, as you say, doing her business as a healer somewhere else.
Find out ourselves.
Docking on the south side of the island, as you have observed, Inos, is a little rough. That is the currents are stronger and the waters are shallower.
Mm-hmm.
But travel overland should be very easy. River and lake boats can go quite far southland as well.
Mm-hmm. Enos, inclines his head to Kefis and then turns back to the Marquess. So, cuz, you think we can stay, 2 or 3 days, maybe? Make sure we get everything we want to get taken care of before we head back home.
You made a good case. I don't see any reason not to oppose it.
Excellent.
And I'm sure if the younger Lord Logi has any questions, I can assure you the domain of House Verity and the Mountain of Trone is a mere stone's throw from the lands of House Martlight. Just down the valley.
Oh, that'd be very good for someone else. Enos,
Conrad's just, whistling on his horse somewhere else in the procession.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, Kefis, would you need a ride back to the island?
Well, now that you mention it, yes, actually, I hadn't brought it up yet because I wasn't sure exactly when we'd be arriving, but I was probably going to discuss either in Highbower or in Four Leaves that I could probably use a boat back to Trone, given that my family has already departed. I did not want to impose upon your hospitality, your lordship, but
He'll let you impose upon his hospitality.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure we're going to be imposing upon your hospitality upon arriving. I believe it's only fair. Isn't that right, cuz?
It is only fair.
Sorry.
Ah, well, equal exchange of hospitality all around.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Right.
Well, actually, honestly, that should make any not. Kefis kind of gets a more serious look on his face. Been a little jerk. Kind of puts a hand up to placate somebody who's not there in this conversation. But to placate the specter of his father. I may have given the impression that my father is not an amenable host, as I know. House Verity is quite well known for our hospitality. So long as you like meals in accordance with your religious observances and don't mind prayer 6 times a day. But he would probably think it rude of me to invite a peer of the crown into our main holding without announced. But if I were to bring up that you had done me the favor of taking me of passage without any exchange of coin back to my lands, I'm sure that he would be more amenable to hospitality.
Excellent. It all works out.
Of course.
I will say, again, Kefis is more serious. I cannot guarantee the hospitality of the Pontifex Draconis. the voice of the dragon. Well, yeah, he actually drops titles for this. Leslok, Inos, do you recall that he came to visit on that fateful Festival of the Rising Dragon 3 years ago?
It's like, yes, I
Yes.
remember.
Dun dun dun.
Yes,
I just imagine, like the gentle things from FF7s, on that day 5 years ago type beat.
it's like, yes, I remember that. It was odd because I was actually out on the town the night and heard about his ship coming in the middle of the night, dropping that very strange address the next morning. It was odd, and Enos, kind of, fishes for a word here, like besides on, and just like almost dividing, I want to say. I can't think of a good word for it.
It's a
In a
good word
very
for it.
unusual circumstance, I am
Almost too
quite well read.
coincidental.
Oh, it was no coincidence at all. It was absolutely deliberate, which is unusual.
Mhm.
As I say, I can say for certainty that I am quite well read in the history of all things that pass through the halls of Duodecim. The Pontifex's
is the
position
Great
has been
Library
in
of
place
Alexandria.
for several hundred years. The head of the church and the voice of the dragon has been longer, but his powers have only been formalized since the reforms.
Mm.
But to deliver the sermon, the mass at the Festival of the Rising Dragon is, without direct invitation from the crown, unprecedented. I suspect the High King did not make a big deal of it because, as you said, Enos, he did not wish to divide the populace further, but it's basically never happened. Obviously, the Pontifex has the right, the power, as given by the terms of the reforms and the formal documents of the church, to deliver mass wherever he damn well pleases. It's kind of one of the few, on paper, powers he has in a legal sense. He is the foremost preacher and teacher of the scripts. Not that most pontifexes exchanged or exercise that power. But he is an interesting man, the current pontifex. Pontiff... Actually, let me...
I know he's in there.
Yeah, the Hierophant Marius. Pontiff Marius is a keen student of scripture, an excellent clerical litigator, I would say, where matters of religious law are done. He comes from the finest history of orders when it comes to study of matters religious and historical. I do not believe he has been associated with any militant, healing, or sorceress orders. Though the current Lord Inquisitor is a close friend, and they were students together at seminary, at clerical college. But he is well versed in the politics of the church, and Kefis focuses on you, Leslok, when he says this. And make no mistake, the church does have its own politics. Well, hopefully it will not happen for many great years. The selection of the pontifex is a matter that deeply involves levying for position from the cardinals. So he is a man who has worked hard and worked religiously to achieve his position, and I feel that his views are quite... strict isn't the word. There have been
Intense.
much more conservative, but he's
Rigid?
very focused.
I'm about to say
on-
unbending.
Unbending's a good word.
And
Technically,
flat.
Logesh, you're probably in this conversation because I imagine that you're either like riding just behind Leslok or like in the carriage.
Yeah.
Because you're
Oh, yeah.
a Cavalier, so you'll be within arm's reach.
And that's the only time he's spoken up, and only will speak up.
Yeah.
Yep.
As
Can I
he
take
said-
a empathy roll? Not on Kefis.
Well, first you should probably make a hearing roll. Hear this conversation.
No, I'm in the carriage.
Well, yeah, but Kefis is sitting on top of the carriage, so I'd
Oh,
still like you to make
okay.
hearing to listen in, to eavesdrop.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Like, I'm gonna be real. I was just wanting to make plans to go to, but we're actually having like some really good role play all of a sudden. I was like, damn.
No, we're having,
I have a
Yeah.
thing. I have
I'm
a,
struggling.
You guys have not talked very much with Kefis all day.
Yeah.
Or all trip. So.
I have a thing to say for
Cheers.
after the conversation is over, but that's separate.
But yeah, what Kefis would say is unbending is a good. I am not privy to what the Hierophant's vision is, but I would say that he has a vision for how the church and the powers of the state should be, and it has been at least several pontiffs since we've had one so vested in the division between the power of the High King and the Hierophant. You got 2, so yeah, you can roll empathy.
Oh, you got 3s.
Yeah, you also got 3.
Well, I'm not rolling empathy on Kefis.
Yes. Well, who do
wanted
you
to
want to roll
roll-
empathy on? And also, if they're a player character, I may have them roll.
They're an NPC. I wanted to see if Alestra has noticed any of this and her thoughts.
Well, let's roll hearing for her.
But Inos will go on and it's like,
Yeah.
well, I'll make sure to mind my P's and Q's while I'm on Astrakan Hill. No.
No, she can hear.
No. Okay.
P's and Q, and if the Pontifex doesn't want to extend his hospitality, as long as he doesn't extend a sword point on me, I think I'll be okay.
That much, I think we can avoid. Actually, another fact you may not know from our religion, but the shedding of blood is particularly egregious. So while many of the modern Temple Knights do carry swords as more practical weapons, drawing them within Astrakan Hill, let alone actually striking anybody with them, would be absolutely unheard of. The hundred crowns is not only the Lord of the Sun and the Lord of Man, but also the Lord of Blood, which, binds us all together, gives us life, that sort of thing.
I'm not going to say it out loud, but Enos had the immediate thought, is like, is it the blood of men or is it the blood of all?
I mean, actually, to
Well,
talk
it
a little
depends on
mythology, you
interpretation.
would probably know this, Enos, from just existing around this religion long enough.
Mhm.
We have not talked about, creation myths, but I imagine that because he is the god associated with blood, that humans, men, are the kindred of Hydrus because he literally made them his blood.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
you want to spend his blood, so I'm pretty sure if you want to go into scriptures, it'd be like, the blood, do not spill the blood of men, and whatnot. But again, Enos isn't actually saying that out loud, but I just want you to know that I had that thought.
Yes.
That's fair.
I'm not 100% sure how the Iron Demons would view their kindred of being created, but I assume probably you were made beneath the earth by Dea Tacita,
We're definitely formed from stone. Let's be honest.
Or
No,
like
are you kidding me? We were formed from gemstones. Fuck you.
gemstones and magma.
Gemstones are stones.
I mean, you are also iron, so I don't know. She may have hammered you guys out on an anvil. Sure.
Dea Tacita secretly a smith. That's her hobby.
Yeah,
Or
but,
goldsmith.
the creation for the rest of the kindreds are, the mountain kin were literally, carved out of the mountainsides by Vertum, that sort of thing.
So the Fae were, I don't know. I don't even want to know.
I might think on that a little bit, but Enos will just wrap up the conversation. Well, I think we understand what we're getting into, and as long as we are on our best behavior, nothing could possibly go wrong, right? Right.
Don't say that.
No, I'm totally.
Nicola did succeed at his hearing roll, so you do hear Inos say that. I feel like
Nicola
you
will
should say that
actively
to
out
yourself
yourself.
in the carriage.
You need the out yourself.
The rest of the party outside just hear from inside the carriage.
I feel like just because this is his tick or his fidget. Like when you say that, oh, nothing could go wrong. Like Kevin just reaches into his coat and just pulls out a Verret deck and just starts flicking cards and flips one over and just kind of pulls a face, puts it back, shuffles it, tucks it back in his pocket.
What'd you see? The tower.
You know, listen, you don't want to know. It's not important.
Cousin, do you believe? Cousin, this might sound idiotic, but do the Iron Demons believe in jinxes?
Inos is just going to blink as his people literally have ways of cursing people.
I don't know why,
Like
but my
cursing
first
you,
thought was actually just about to ask you, do you believe in life after love?
What?
Believe in life.
Do you believe in
All right. Anyway,
life after
okay,
death?
okay. But it's tell us, like, there's a difference between cursing someone to like fuck up than actually just putting bad luck on yourself.
Cause the thing about bad luck is you can't avoid it, so it's better to face it head on. I said that clearly because I'm expecting something bad to happen anyways, and I have now forearmed myself.
Ah, well, then that actually probably works out a little better.
We're bold.
You know, he says, flicking around the cards.
It's like bad
Sorry,
luck
I
is.
didn't pick up on that.
And so, like, I am basically fighting a jinx with a curse.
Good character, because
I
Dallas
feel like
does not-
just like to end the conversation, Kev is just kind of like, you know, like taps his chin or, you know, wraps his fingers against the roof of the carriage and is like, you know, actually that might work. You know, the House Verity, we're you know, good and bad fortune is our stock and trade. It's kind of a whole thing. It definitely works that way.
Hey, good luck in my life.
Sorry, I burst out laughing because after what Dallas said, what I typed in chat is immediately what I thought of.
I think it's funny to say this because it's like Leslok has the lucky advantage. He kind of
Well,
needs lucky to
and you
Guess who
know
has
somebody
jinx?
who is jinxed. It doesn't come up too much, but you have seen Nicola do a couple of things in his life.
Yeah,
that
he's
just-
like he's been like
How to
fucked
do
from
it.
since birth.
For Dallas's sake, because Dallas doesn't remember, but Nicola would know this. What exactly is not Albion Hill?
Astrakan Hill is
Astrakan Hill.
it is the hill that is opposite Mount Trone, which, as you know, the actual Mount Trone
Both
is,
rounds
you know,
are.
flat topped and has weird rock chairs on it. So that is Inos is basically asking to take a field trip to the Vatican.
Yeah.
That's where
As in,
like
that's
all
the
the big
Vatican
wigs
Hill
are
is the Astrakan
of
Hill.
all
so
of the
yes.
faiths.
Yeah, we have actually have a reason to do so.
Okay, then Nicola would probably find that interesting.
We get
Well, like I
the
said,
podcast, like, check
Enos
out our new
wants to go
mascot.
because he wants to see if he can get access to some of the records, so he can look into some of the saints and relics of Dea Tacita. Kevis basically says like they don't actually have any orders of Dea Tacita at Astrakan Hill, but you know he's still gonna go look. But we also gotta go. But
Yeah. If you actually would, actually no, I think you said that when you pitched it to Leslok.
Yeah.
I won't like return the roleplay to the conversation, but Kevis could confirm that like they definitely. He probably doesn't remember them because again he does not have the power of photographic memory. But he knows that they definitely would have records and manuscripts relating to you know all of their like honor rolls of saints basically.
Yeah.
And probably they do have relics of a few saints who would be associated with Dea Tacita directly in their reliquaries, because just if they don't have a good place for it to go, actually you would if it wasn't clear when you spoke with that Inquisitor who was doing that inspection of the reliquary in Weirwind Keep, basically if you don't have a good place to store your relics because they are holy items, the church will probably like not really repossess them, but will re-archive them, move them to Astrakan Hill, and then like maybe re-sanctify them somewhere else when they're safe. You know, like they will take them into their own protective custody until such time as they are ready to be enshrined correctly. Because this is actually something that the you know that the syndicate was dealing in stolen relics.
yeah.
So, Game Master, I have a purely hypothetical question.
Yeah, go for it.
So the place where they store all of the dragon hearts, is that at Astrakan Hill?
What?
What?
Those go bad.
Dallas is just making shit up in his head now.
Right, no, I thought... Never mind.
No.
There has been some conjecture about fossilized dragon heart. The only place you know with dragon remains that are stored was Weirwind Keep.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
my
like
brain might have gotten mixed up.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
if they have an Iron Demon Masterwork at Astrican Hill, it's probably because a Saint was holding.
yeah. Actually, I wonder if I have. What kind of role would I like? Would I know like the masterwork list, or do I have to like make him a roll to remember or something like that?
You would probably need to roll because you have not spent like your time achieving your like personal mastery levels like with your people.
That is true.
As such, like a lot of
Would
your,
that be
your
a
high-level
role
spending has been
for
done out there.
lore or like specifically evolving your culture?
I don't know.
It probably would be a lore roll for Inos. If other people wanted to roll lore, they would probably take a difficulty.
Man, I'm trying to avoid rolling lore and try and get lore and student of religion because I don't...
could probably.
Hmm?
I mean, student of religion is whatever. You could probably roll your knowledge allied tribes as well because that is technically a study of your own people.
Mm-hmm.
Like just discovering like how they keep their own history versus how humans keep their history. So
yeah,
that would work if you don't want to cross over.
I'll probably do that. But yeah, no. Inos will just keep up various small talks to Cephas about sites around his land, Astrican Hill, maybe Cygnus Lake, maybe make some plots and plans, see some tourist spots. Where I can ask Cephas where I can buy a fuck ton of books.
That he can do. You talk about tourist destinations, and Cephas is like, I regret to inform you, if you're going to Duodecim, which is the actual city that's the seat of Verity, almost all of our tourist locations are churches. We have so many churches and monasteries. There are probably some public galleries of like statues and artworks they've got too, which might interest you.
Okay.
But books. Again, if you're a low level member of the church, like if you're not a sworn priest, and even if you are maybe a brand new sworn priest, but especially if you're in seminary school, we don't have a lot of stuff for you to do. Guess what you get to do? Copy manuscripts. Put them in the print them. So yeah, no. Booksellers and book repositories are probably all over the place. And actually, this does bleed back into our conversation to actually discuss Highbower, where you're about to arrive. Because Highbower facts, TM. Cephas would probably mention a couple of things he knows off the top of his gourd, which is that the town you're going to, Highbower, is a manor town, castle, but it has a manor, a big fancy residence. The territory is usually held by the royal family, and thus is kind of shuffled around. It can be used as a reward for non-hereditary positions of various lordlings, to be made, lord of the manor or mayor. Princes or princesses can occasionally have it, or obviously, in this case, it is one of the territories that was granted to Queen Germina by the High King, so she is designated as the governor of Highbower.
Ah.
So, this means that she's got a territory and a separate income that is separate from the crown's coffers, pretty typical stuff. In fact, literally when we started the post time skip, this was a question for Leslok about his own mother was securing her holdings so she could have income when your father's will was settled. But Highbower is along the river territory. It gives lumber and river fishing. It also has an industry in weaving and fashion. So flax and hemp are local, and they import cotton and wool. Also, one of the first places in Crown to host a printing press.
Rad.
Because, paper milling. So books are very common in here. And in fact, the thing that Cephas brings up talking about is that a previous governor of the city actually built a public library here, probably one of the first public libraries in Troikaron.
Rad.
Oh, wonderful.
And yes, you guys are at the public library stage. Like that's a thing that just some rich people would be like, well, we've got a shitload of books, more than I can ever read. What if we just let anybody read them? Maybe that would improve their minds. So yeah, there is a public library and a university in Highbower, and also there is a hospital, a hospice there, which is was formalized and is patroned by the Queen, Saint Osane Hospital. So again, public hospitals are kind of like loosey-goosey. There's no like formal structure for them yet, but they do exist in a couple of places. So it is, run by personnel and who are retired soldiers, servants of the crown, etc. But offers alms for the poor and infirm, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Queen Guillermina is the younger sister of Lord Espada, so her influence means that a couple of fencing schools and mercenary companies have popped up in the city.
Yeah.
How we go.
Probably along the trip over, while you guys kind of like get to maybe some wider roads, it probably comes to a conversation. Prince Alias would bring up that he's very familiar with the township. Since before he was born, this has been a holding of his mother, and in fact, he would probably mention, just as a bit of personal trivia, he was born in this town.
Oh, rad.
Oh, wonderful.
So,
Wonderful.
he would often spend summers or winters here, High King, doing traveling court, and mentions that before he became Lord Cursor, he attended classes at the university.
I'll have
But
to see for myself
obviously,
then.
you don't want to. He says, I do not wish to stay over long since my mother is out of residence. We will stay the afternoon and the evening. I shall have the opportunity to show you around town, and then we shall depart by riverboat sometime in tomorrow morning.
Wonderful.
Agave Cheval is passingly familiar. She's visited a few times and does mention offhandedly that her youngest sister, I'll spell this for you because God knows when you'll meet this character ever, but I just had to come up with a name. Jaifer Cheval, yes, was actually born here as well. The Queen extended hospitality to Duchess Cheval. So you guys are gonna roll up into town.
I do. I think Leslok, I said this already before, but this was the thing he was going to say to campus when our conversation was over.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure before I forget.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I guess after Enos goes to think on things, like
Inos has been
Goes.
practicing his wing.
yeah. Let's always make a point to Kefis that even if you joke about being disowned at some point, I've probably said this before, but I want to make it clear that if you have nowhere place to go, you have a place at Stonehearth.
He kind of, clasps a hand to his heart and says, "And my friend, I appreciate that. But, joking aside, well, he kind of like pulls the deck of Verit cards out of his pocket again and just kind of like idly wiggles them in the air a little, kind of gestures with them and says, "Fortune is always in motion." Kind of tucks them away. You could, if you want to read into that, you could probably roll empathy.
I'd like to.
I don't think that Kefis is concealing what he's going for there, so I'm not gonna roll a counter. But see if you want to rack some sixes. Yeah. You like you said, you've probably like mentioned before passing that if it does end up having to as per the tradition of House Verity, renounce his position for a younger sibling who is more favored by fortune or whatever.
Pure.
Yes, because again,
Course they
they're very hospitable. They're very nice. They're a very superstitious house. But you probably mentioned in passing to him that he could always come to Stonehearth, and he's probably visited parts of Teine a couple of times. But like I said, you probably have never quizzed him too hard on it. You get the impression in this Leslok that Kevis Verity probably does not intend to go quietly into that good night. He clearly has. I mean, you guys are friends, so there's probably a reason why you're friends. Kevis Verity has clear ideas about how the world should work, and concepts of shit like truth, justice, and the Crownish way, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
He is probably not, like I said, he would not probably go out of his way to disinherit himself and, like, you know, cast aside all his resources and opportunities and his capacities for leadership for his youngest sister, who is, I think, now
Like 2?
like 1 or 2. No, they were like 1 or
It's
2
less
when
than
you
1.
first met him. So like
She's like a toddler now.
5?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
like 5 years old at most.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Especially because, again, I don't know if you've picked up on this. Kefis has a complicated relationship with his dad.
Yeah.
Because his father was another pure sibling who was like the youngest of several sisters, and Kefis is his oldest child. So like, they kind of don't see. They seem to, like, again, you've passed empathy. If you want to armchair a little bit here, having had by all means a fairly robust relationship with your own father, Kefis and his dad, Duke Tellez,
That was
Ooh,
my
for
empathy
freeze.
roll, by the way.
Yeah, rolling empathy. Yeah, you can also probably pick up on this, Enos. Kefis and his dad, Duke Tellez Verity, they don't like have a bad relationship. Just
It's rigid. It's not. It's not. A
they're
sweet
too
one. It's kind of
dissimilar. They
sour.
kind of don't know what to do with each other, right?
It's a rough
Because
relationship.
Well, I
Kefis
figured out. I
is
figured
the-
out how Nicola is gonna bond with Kefis.
Yeah. Because like I said, Kefis is a firstborn son of a high house. To any of the rest of the high houses, this kid is a future duke. He is like equals with the Duchy of Grassy, second only to members of the royal family. Like,
But for House Verity, that's a coin toss.
yeah. But because, like I said, House Verity is a very superstitious house, a very spiritual house, they place much more weight on you being born, like, at the right time, under the right signs, showing the right physical signs of spiritual purity. So, like,
Being a
his
saint helps,
relationship
too.
with inheritance is a little messed up, but he seems to have taken the, you know, to title drop a little, the concept of Noblesse Oblige to heart. So, yeah, you know, you guys both get a good read on Kefis. Like, he's friendly with you. He likes you guys a lot. You guys are doing interesting things with scholarship. Kefis Verity really likes books. Kefis Verity also, like I said, has a very direct relationship with, like I said, his own, like, well, they probably come from, like, you know, spiritual and religious teachings, but he has his own personal ideas of, like, what truth, justice, equality, etc. nobility are about. Like, so he would not discard those personal virtues just for the sake of tradition.
Inos will, you know, cut in. It's like, I think my cuz means to say that if you ever feel like you need to lie low or get away from it for a bit, you're always more than welcome at Stonehearth.
Of course. Again, Kefis kind of gets a serious look on his face and says, I would extend the same to you, but as I said, I actually suspect that for you and your house, the Isle of Trone is probably not feel like much of a getaway. That said, we do have some very lovely colleges down the mountain, some great
to know.
libraries.
Well, if you want
Actually, you know what? He brings up a point. Speaking of tourist destinations, there are a couple of monasteries and convents on the island, which are great for getting away. Kevin's probably like to again to round out the conversation, probably tells a couple of like off-kilter stories of like some random monasteries like in the hinterland gone to like find obscure manuscripts and scholarship and shit, and like talks about how the monks have a great time. Because in case you don't know, medieval monks do actually, like, medieval style monks, even if we advance the time period, do have a great time because they do not live their life in, like, urban social structures. So, like, they just kind of get to vibe and, like, make beer and keep bees and other shit like that. So, like, monks are chill.
Yeah.
But
Also,
yes.
I think most of the house, other than Logesh and Leslok, are at least some shade of religious.
I know that like I said, obviously, Nicola, you have a very diverse, religious background, and Konrad has said before that he is, well read on his basic concepts of scripture. He thinks of himself as kind of a godly person, I guess, for lack of a better term. I don't actually know how much you guys would like the setting of, the beating heart of the Church of the Seven. It's. I don't know if it would feel like a tourist destination for.
I don't know if it's weird to say it but I don't think I've ever directly said it. But Leslok believes all the gods are real. There used to be gods maybe before that, but that's complicated in the whole discussion. And there are also other things in play in the world at a very deep level, but they're not really known.
All of that sounds fairly accurate to information that you would possess in character. Yes. None of that sounds like a misconception. Your world is vast and deep and old. You have existed in Troy Corone for almost a millennium. It's been 900 years by your calendar, and nobody's really paying attention to how many years before that your ancestors were fucking around. And as I've mentioned before, how long did the calamities last? Who the fuck knows?
I hope I've portrayed this correctly, but Nicola I'm trying to portray Nicola as a very real world example of someone who's extremely spiritual, but has a lot of problems with organized religion.
I think you've done a fairly decent job of that. Yes, Nicola does not come across as like a oh god, what's the phrase? A god botherer, right? Like, you do not wield faith and strictures as a weapon against anybody, and you do not seem to be woo that. Religious authority. A priest told me something, we're locked in. Nicola seems much more like if he could get a direct line to God, he would just cut out the middleman.
I don't know. Nicola probably wouldn't want that authority.
He probably asked someone that's more confident in the matter to do it for him.
Yes. Delegate.
But anyway, put you out of the cross.
Yeah. But no, so yeah, we've been recording we've now gone for about 3.5 hours, so it's been about an extra hour. So I basically your plans for Highbauer are, you guys will settle in at the manor, and then the prince is going to take you on a little bit of a tour where you guys will have the opportunity, if you so desire, which I assume most of you will probably want to visit, at least each of the locations some of you will want to visit, check in with the library, the university, and the hospital, and also probably see a few things around town. And that is probably where we can pick up next session, because I suspect that there will be more role-playing interludes based on information I know that you don't know yet.
Shit.
Boy.
And also, it's almost 1 a.m. and we've pushed for the extra hour.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to make it, but I just wanted to have a scene with Kefis and Leslok.
Well, and like I said, you guys, and even Axe, I should say, not Leslok in character, but Axe kind of lamented that Kefis has been on the tour the whole time, and he hasn't really been able to make time to hang out with him because you guys have been doing lots of other touristy things.
Well, yeah, that's. Sorry, I'm not trying to play Cupid, but I thought it'd be a good chance.
Yeah. So I think Kefis had a lot of stuff to get off his to talk about there, and it just so happens that, like I said, Inos, you basically danced right into one of Kevis's core character arc bits, his relationship with his family, his house.
I have been having a lot of conflicting feelings about how I feel like I know Kefis as a character very well. I don't know how I feel about Nerissa sometimes, because it's Leslok adores her. I just don't know how I feel about her sometimes, which is maybe just because how long it's been in the campaign.
Yeah. Well, you guys will have more chances to bond. She's fearsome, but I don't want to call her simple. That sounds rude, but she's very straightforward. Her.
She's practical.
Yeah. All right, but let's pack it in as you guys roll into the honestly, beautiful arboreal city of Highbauer. Cobbled streets, several pedestrian walkways, lots of planted trees and public flower gardens. probably I'll remind you again next week, but I also want to say it is in my notes that compared to some of the other places you've been, the architectural style in Highbower is interesting because it's kind of varied because there's not like a single family that inherits this, holding all the time. It kind of moves around a little. Different buildings and cultures kind of get inferred. The newest houses have influences from construction from Celticy, so like mosaic tilings, colonnades and arcades, kind of a thing, like rows of wooden arches, and even like roofs over to walk under, white painted facades. Older buildings are kind of like, flat wood paneling, and even like red fired brick and like stuccoed facades, that sort of thing. Kind of a sweeping organic look to a lot of the woodwork. But yeah, you guys are on a picturesque little jog through the streets, and we'll cut in at Highbower Manor next time. Expiz. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody gets your 2.
Yay.
I know Loth will try and tell me he doesn't get his 2 because he was sleepy for like the past couple hours. But
No, I'm taking it.
he's taking it. Okay, good. Loth learned his lesson. I finally bullied him into taking his second point.
I will say
after being told, hey, can you survive for another half hour, and then
we took an extra hour. It's true.
have me just stay up for God.
I will say part of it is because Logesh has also grown to being the person that just shuts up during matters he thinks are important. It's kind of become a character quality by this point.
He speaks rarely, but I also think in the front did a good job being you, of like, being straightforward and in there, even though you probably shouldn't have been up front hiding in the bush. We should have figured that one out better. Anyway, I don't think anybody's cleared any missions today.
I was wondering about that, being like, I could technically mark my mission as complete because I think I've done the majority of it, but I don't really have one to replace it at the moment. So
have
I
you
don't
gotten
really...
everybody?
Yeah, has Nerissa gotten a moment with everybody? I think she might have.
No.
At least you still need to spend time with Conrad, but that might have been the thing that was going to happen.
I know she's had a few conversations, but you may want to lock that one in better.
I will wait on that.
It's
just
I'm also because I don't have a follow-up.
Also, I don't know if she's had a moment with Logesh either.
She had a few conversations with Logesh. I don't know if we had the moment that, but like I said, we can leave it open ended. It sounds like we still got some opportunities. If you want your EXP point, you're gonna have to try and angle for a few more in-depth conversations. Right. But we got some stuff. So yeah, I don't think anybody's clocked out any of that. We didn't really meet any new characters yet for them to roll on Enos's flaw, and I don't think the other stuff have come up. I probably should have jinxed some of Dallas's knife throw rolls, but I don't know. When we're in combat, I feel like that's mean enough that like I don't want to like add extra shit when I'm already out here being like.
I'm gonna be real. Yes, I know you feel it means you need to be mean. Jinx is mean. You're supposed to be mean. Be mean.
Yeah. I think if you jinxed any of my combat rolls today, I don't think I would have felt any type of way about it. Also, I'm me. I'm never gonna feel a type of way about it.
It's also because
I'll keep it in mind. I don't want to just hit it every time because just for the sake of it, because like,
you do it once.
Yes, I understand it's supposed to do EXP, but like also I'm like, well, maybe I don't feel like giving you free EXP. Your luck is not going to come up every time. But I'm thinking back to like you throwing shitloads of knives, and I'm like, I probably should make you reroll some of those. But at the same time, it's like I don't usually think to like include extra bullshit from your end because my end is already a little freaky, and you guys started being hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
But we'll especially if you say you don't feel bad about it, we'll keep it in mind for future combat rolls. It'll be a little while.
It is very difficult to actually get me pissed off in a TTRPG. And if I'm usually pissed off at anyone, it's usually the dice.
That's true. And I straight up phrased it for Enos's flaw as you did not meet people yet. So
have I ever told
opportunities to roll? But
have I ever told you about a combat I had that I was DMing that went for 2 hours because of dice rolling?
Oh Jesus!
I can believe it. Problems like that.
Because neither the players or the opponent could hit each other.
I've definitely had some days like that. I feel like with the way dice pools in One Roll Engine work, for that problem, somebody has enough dice to do something.
Yeah,
anyway,
One Roll is definitely a lot better about it.
For extra notes, I know Lucky definitely clocked in a couple notes, and Axe, you've got one or two also that you added.
I made one. Or two.
tried to fix
I made at
some
least
of
one.
mine.
I
I
think
don't
I
know
made
if
at
it
least one.
showed
I might
up.
have made a second one, but I can't remember.
You
And
made
I-
one about Dame Emmeline like after session last.
Yeah, and I just made one for Kevin.
Yeah, you added one for.
That's for
so
that one's
those
for
you get
next
your
week. But yeah.
bonuses. Also, again, not that we need to delay the role playing, but while some of the characters heard, probably would be good to have a moment in character where, obviously, we've had this conversation before. You know what the Marquess says goes, but you probably want to let everybody know at some point in the party you are planning on a slightly extended detour to Tron when you come back.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll write that.
We'll put that one in our notes because it doesn't have to come up now, but like. Obviously, and there won't be any pushback, but you'll have to tell Lucy about it for her to steer your boat there.
I mean, yes.
So
I don't think she's here right now because I'm just placing my memory.
she's by now she's probably waiting in 4 leaves, for you to.
I'll
show
tell her
up
when we get there.
a couple days. But like I said, because you'll have to bring it up to her, you probably need to mention it to the rest of the crew. But all right, I'm going to wrap up the recording. A pleasant session 32 to everybody. You've had some fun. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
All right.